It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake.
I'll tell you what, for a July the 10th, this is a pretty big basketball day with the Mitch Richmond Cup trophy going to the winner of the Warriors Kings Summer League teams, and we also have USA versus Canada basketball tonight.
Yes, you know what? I thought that's what you were talking about, and then I'm like, oh yeah, down at the Chase Center here in a little bit later tonight, it's Kings Warriors. That's a big matchup.
Yes,
and I was at the Golden One Center yesterday. We were there broadcasting. I stuck around for the games, and you know, all of our big guns, quote unquote, big guns, familiar names. They're down in San Francisco getting ready. Yeah, this game means something tonight, so I'm excited, man.
Like Pajemski's playing.
Yeah,
Warriors,
how about that? Yeah.
I still think, I don't know if you heard, I said earlier during the crossover, it's a big game, but it's Summer League. Mitch Richmond he's a Hall of Famer. I think this should be named after somebody else who played for both teams, maybe kind of a less magnitude. Like, it should be like for the Willie Cauley-Stein Trophy.
Right.
You know what I mean? No offense, but...
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I understand wanting to honor Mitch.
Right.
But Mitch is the greatest of the great. Like you said, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
You know, I mentioned this when this first came out. Why not do, like, the regular season battle, whoever wins that, the honorary Mitch Richmond trophy, the head-to-head matchup during the regular season. Because then you got the star players playing, it means something. Summer League, a bunch of these guys aren't even going to be in the NBA when it tips off.
I don't know if you'd want to, but I'll bet you could make that happen because they have that, the A's and the Giants, and it's through NBC Sports Bay Area.
Yes.
And Brody Brazil, it was his idea, and he made it happen. And since both teams are in NBC Sports, California and Bay Area, I bet you can make that happen.
Well, shoot, I would name it the Draper Cup then or something. You know what I mean? No offense to Mitch, but like if I'm going to do that, I mean, I want it to live more in carry my legacy for a while. But that's how it should be done. Not the Summer League, not the California. It'd be different if both teams, had their regular guys and everything, but I didn't understand trying to get, spice it up a little bit, but I had forgot all about it really until I was driving in and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot we got that game tonight. So,
the Bay Bridge trophy is built it's actually made of old pieces of the old Bay Bridge. So if you had one for this rivalry, it'd have to be, as I was saying a bit ago, like a chunk of asphalt on 80 between San Francisco and Sacramento, from Fairfield or something.
Well,
it wouldn't have quite the same.
Well, the thing is, as well as I do, there's plenty of chunks just laying around on I-80. Right? It would be, you wouldn't have to dig up anything, just grab something from the side of the road. And that thing has ruined a couple of tires of mine over my 3 years here.
And the USA Canada, I was thinking about this. It's not in a tournament. It's Olympic warm-up.
No, friendly,
But those teams, especially with Dylan Brooks, they don't like each other. This is like just for the pure joy of competition. I'm looking forward to watching this game.
I am too, because I mentioned it yesterday. When you look at Team Canada, and I'm watching ESPN News right now, and they're previewing the matchup tonight at 7:30 Eastern time. When you look at Team Canada, they got loaded with NBA players. They whooped up on us the last time we played last year in the FIBA World Cup. And if LeBron, Curry, all those guys lose tonight, that's a signal. That's a sign. I understand it's not Olympic competition, but are we starting to doubt Team USA? And so I think they need to come out, send a message, and get the win tonight.
Yeah, they have we just saw it up here. Canada has 10 NBA players on their Olympic team, and that's more than any team except for the USA. Although the USA losing Kawhi Leonard out.
But they gained our boy Derek White, a glue guy.
He's not good enough to be on that team.
Nah, you need some glue guys. And, there are more talented players. His teammate, Jaylen Brown, might be a little up in arms about not being selected. But, as well as I do, and we've seen that over the past 30 years, basketball is not just a collection of the 12 best players. That at times has not worked for Team USA. You need some guys to do the dirty work, some role players. So, and Derek White's a great defender, so I'm okay with the move.
Yeah, what you just said reminds me of something I heard Chris Watkins say today, and I thought it was a great point as we look at DeMar
Watkins
DeRozan.
made a great point.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
he was on fire today.
He was on fire.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, with the new collective bargaining agreement in the second apron and the first apron, we know it's probably harder than it's ever been to put together a team of, say, like you were talking about, like 3 big-name stars.
Yeah.
Boston has done it. They got started before the new CBA came into effect. But here are the Kings, and they effectively, we think, we'll see how it works, they've got 3 3 big-name players.
They got 3 big-name players. And
all been all-league,
right,
on the same roster. And it's not like, oh, man, they're overspending. They're well within reason financially.
Yeah, and I think, one of the reasons, obviously, is when you look at DeMar DeRozan, where he is in his career, and this is a testament to him. There aren't many guys, him, Paul George, maybe James Harden now you could throw in that are getting max deals at this age. And when I look at DeMar DeRozan, looking at, his earnings, it's crazy. He never made more than $28 million in a season. 28.6 is the most he's ever made in a single season, Whitey. Wow. You got guys now. You got Bradley Beal making 50. You got my boy Zach LaVine making 40-something. And I think when it comes to DeMar, he's never been that max, super max kind of guy, even though he's a 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. And so you get a guy who has the resume of a max guy, but you get him on what I believe is a discount, 20, 23, 24, $25 million.
We have a few more details on his contract today. Would you like to hear them?
Yes, please.
According to Michael Scotto, maybe you've seen this. Kings signed DeRozan, 3-year deal, as you were just saying, worth up to $76.7 million, including $3 million in unlikely bonuses, partially guaranteed $10 million for the 26-27 season. That partial guarantee for that last year, it can increase to $12 million if he's an all-star in 25 or 26. It increases to $14 million if he's selected to both all-star games in 25 and 26, and it becomes fully guaranteed if the Kings reach the NBA Finals in the 26 or 27 season, and he plays at least 60 games.
So really, we're hoping it becomes fully guaranteed.
Yes.
Like if it could,
time to celebrate.
He has lived up to the contract, and the Kings have been in the finals, and so, no, I'm, it's a good contract. I think it's a team-friendly contract, a player contract that he's satisfied with, obviously. And so the fact that you're going to have De'Aaron Fox making $40+ million once he signs his extension, Domas $40+, you're going to have to re-up Keegan. The fact that you can still have somebody in that $20 to $25 million range, I think that's great for Sacramento.
Ryan says a little statue of the Milk Farm restaurant sign. Anybody who's been up in
that's a
great idea. The
Milk Farm sign.
Yeah, that would be terrific.
So, I know we got a jam-packed show here, but I want to give a shout out. I know you're looking at the rundown like, dude, I've been trying to cobble something together. No, we got a great show, but I want to send a shout out to some of the Kings fans I got to meet out there earlier. Family Schlegel. He was out there.
Nice.
Jess Escato, who I always see on social media and on our YouTube. Got to take pictures with them. And so, no, shout out to them, man. Seeing the people. It was great to be back in the arena. And I was texting somebody about this last night. Like, I get my energy from being with our people out there, Kings fans. It's like a family reunion, it feels like, when I go there.
When I was leaving, I saw you with some people. And at first I was like, oh, that could be our listeners. But then I thought, they could be people that just, Drapes is a TV guy, and I'm not going to walk up there and they're going to go, who are you? So I don't know.
They're our listeners, though.
Okay, I'm sorry I didn't get to meet them.
And what's funny, the one guy was the guy, remember he was just standing there?
I do.
You were like,
I do.
And I was like, I don't know who he is. And I went up to him afterwards, and he was like, yeah, I heard the comment you guys made because he went back and listened and everything. I was like, oops, sorry, but I didn't know at the time. But no, he was good people. He was good people, man.
Yeah, we didn't say anything other than you just said, you know who that is?
I was like, I don't know. All right, nothing negative about that.
Nice
I just
of him
didn't
to
know.
come by.
Right. Yeah, so that was good to see him out there.
How about the game last night, though, Drapes? The Kings falling.
You know what I got from that game, Whitey? When you look at the roster, probably not anybody that's going to be on the big league club, major, NBA club. But as the players was walking off and Doug Christie was walking off, I walked with him, from the tunnel back to the locker room. And I, congratulated him. Good job, 2-1. I thought it was a good showing. He was like, man, we needed, but it was good, but we should have had this one.
Mm-hmm.
And that showed me, even in the California Classic, Doug does not accept losing. He hates losing. And, I thought it was a good showing, tight game, just came up short at the end, got some young players, some minutes, got them some shine. It was a great weekend, for the Sacramento Kings organization, but Doug was still upset that they lost the game. And that shows me what kind of competitor he is.
Well, he hasn't been a head coach a lot, right?
Right.
His first time he's done summer league. So
first time doing summer league. And, but it's like, I think from a fan standpoint, yes, we wanted to win the game, but I feel like the fans are still on such an emotional high from the DeMar DeRozan. Like, the score of the game is an afterthought, but then you got to remember, for the people actually playing, coaching, they are there to win the game. And I was reminded of that last night with Doug.
Well, Kings fans are very excited about the DeRozan move, but is anybody as excited about the DeRozan trade as Tim Legler? We'll hear what he had to say when we come right back. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? You've got an oil change coming up. You can go farther and save on full synthetic with our oil change special. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of STP full synthetic oil with an STP extended life oil filter for just $29.99. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body?
Huh?
That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Tonight, we've got the Kings against the Warriors for the Mitch Richmond Trophy, and I've been suggesting maybe this game is not as important as any trophy with Mitch Richmond's name on it should signify. So, been trying to figure out some workarounds. Bobby Gerald on Twitter says, how about the Les Jepson Nut Tree Trophy? Okay, that's it.
That's a good one, though.
Great one. That's tough to top.
Is that the halfway point almost or so?
Vacaville. Yeah, I mean, probably a little closer up here.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one. There are certain landmarks when you make that drive. You're like, all right, I just passed Vacaville, Nut Tree Parkway. I know how many. Like, seriously, it's I'm coming from Folsom. That's why I say that. So it's almost the halfway point from Folsom to San Francisco.
Yeah, I grew up in Vallejo, and I felt like that's just on kind of the north edge of the bay, and then right after that you get into Fairfield, and then you're starting, but you're not even in the valley yet.
Right.
But right somewhere around there to me has always been kind of the halfway point.
Next time I drive, all I got to do is look at the thermostat. When the temperature drops, all right, now I'm in the bay. Now I'm, in the Bay Area because it's a stark difference.
Yeah, we've gone, like on a Friday night in Sacramento in the summer where it's 100. You drive to the Bay Area, and so you get there, it's after dark, and it's like 50.
Right.
So
it's crazy.
Literally.
You got to prepare for 2 different climates. You start in shorts
drop,
and a T-shirt and wind up with jeans and a parka on by the time you get there.
Years ago, I used to work at a rock station in town, and every so often we would take people, we'd meet on a Saturday in the parking lot, take the bus, go to a Giants game at then Candlestick.
Oh, snap.
And, we'd meet it here in the morning in July, whatever, and people would be T-shirts, and then it's like –
they don't know, right? They don't know, especially that.
Like, cutting open caribou, and
Yeah,
getting inside
right.
to stay warm.
That was a haul back then too, huh?
Little bit.
To get the candles. So you got to go through the city, or do you go around the other? Like, what's
You
the
just take, what would that be? Yeah. You would go like 101 and then just there's
101. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I see you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody excited, of course, about DeMar DeRozan. I don't know how long that buzz is going to last. I think it's going to take us right up to the start of the season, don't you?
You think so, huh?
Yeah. And then hopefully will be a little bit of a boost when they do something else.
Yeah.
But people are just so excited about it.
Yeah. And I was talking to the guys, who were just on, Alan and Chris, and it's like, man, we need something else. Like, if the buzz is still there, it's still exciting. But can you imagine if Monty pulls off another solid name, another good, solid move? Like, this place is going to explode. And so I think you're right. Talking to people at the arena yesterday, talking to, some of the staff members out there, and it's something we mentioned yesterday. The Kings needed this. They needed this last week or so, the Malik and the DeMar DeRozan. Because the way last season ended, and we talked about it, Whitey, why should fans be excited for this upcoming season if you're just going to run it back, or maybe Malik's gone, you didn't sign anybody? Now we're all thinking, let's start now. I'm ready for this season to begin. And so I'm excited, man.
I think Tim Legler's really good.
Yeah,
like
I love Tim Legler.
His analysis.
Yes.
And he's probably going to have a larger role with the new TV packages. We'll see. But he has a podcast. I think it's an All Sports NBA podcast. And on this podcast, Tim Legler says he loves the DeMar DeRozan fit with the Kings.
I think it is because I think what they were getting offensively, Adam, was capped out at what you were saying between De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. Sabonis has some offensive limitations in his game. As great a player as he is, and nobody works harder. He's a great passer, a phenomenal rebounder. But his scoring has a cap on it, and I think we've seen it. And it's not enough what that team has. Even with the strides that Keegan Murray made a year ago, as you could see, it's just not enough in the Western Conference. This is a totally different caliber offensive player they're adding to the mix. Now, he's up there a little bit. He turns 35 in about a month, but still put up great numbers this year, 24 points a game in Chicago. The guy is just we call these guys professional scorers. I don't really like the term that much. I think it applies perfectly to DeMar DeRozan. He gets his number, man, and he gets it every night, and he gets it one way or another, whether it's making a bunch of mid-rangers or getting to the line 10, 12 times on a given night. He will get to his number almost every night. And so now I think for Sacramento, this is a significant step forward on a team 2 years ago, number 3 seed in the Western Conference. Right. And we knew that was a little bit skewed because they were healthy all year and nobody else was. And they took advantage of that. Last year, they came back to the pack a little bit as the West improved, but still firmly in the mix and a threat in the West. Like they're a solid playoff team. And now DeMar DeRozan, to me, gives them reason to think they can challenge for the top 4 in the Western Conference. And I think they're probably right because he's just such a consistent, pencil it in production guy.
How refreshing is it to hear a national member of the media and somebody who knows what they're talking about, who has played, and they're willing to look beyond all the Kings this, Kings that. It's like, hey, this is a great move.
It really is. And, we talked about it yesterday. For anybody that says he's not going to fit in or he doesn't address any needs, they haven't been watching the Sacramento Kings play. And I was thinking this because I listened to this podcast earlier today while I was driving to go see my good friends Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, head out there right now. And I didn't, but I was listening. And the thing that I like about Tim Legler, he talks basketball. He doesn't talk numbers, analytics. He doesn't stat you up or, this guy's per is this guy's, he just talks basketball. He's not, a hoops nerd or anything like that. He's doing with the eye test. He's doing with what he knows from the game, and he makes it sound so simple. He puts it in such an eloquent way. And I love the fact, and the thing about Tim Legler, too, is he's not trying to get clicks.
Right.
He's not saying things for clickbait or to have a hot take or anything like that. He's just telling you what he sees and what he thinks. And so I agree with you, man. That was an excellent take.
Yeah, and Tim Legler, as you heard, he says the Kings could be top 4 in the West. Here he is with a little more on where the Kings fit into the Western Conference race.
I'm saying this, man. Like, there are, I guess you'd say, depending how you look at this, 3 or 4 teams clearly better. And I don't even know if the 4th team you would even necessarily go there. But I think we're going to agree, just going into the season, based on what happened last year, any addition or subtractions, do the math on it. These teams are going to be better on paper going in. Oklahoma City, we agree with that, right?
Yep, 100%. I think they're the best team by far.
Minnesota.
Okay.
Dallas.
Okay.
Denver.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't tell me that you can't make a case. First of all, you might even get Sacramento even in that Dallas-Denver mix in terms of regular season wins, man. It's not going to shock me.
And, the best part of that is, pardon me, Tim, I still think there's a good chance they're going to do more to improve.
They're going to do more. And yeah, exactly. Tim is dropping this based on what he sees right now.
Yeah.
Now you add something in, and he mentioned 4 teams that, in his opinion, are probably ahead of the Kings. You add another, and I'm just spitballing, a Bobby Portis type or something. We're a top 4 team. We're competing with the Denvers, Dallases. We're right there. And the thing about adding a guy like DeMar DeRozan too, Whitey, and you know this, sometimes the best teams don't have the best record. I feel like the addition of DeMar DeRozan will directly impact to us winning more regular season games. And so look at a team like Denver last year. What did they finish? 3rd seed, I think it was, when it was all set tiebreakers and all that, but on paper and going into the season, they were the best team, but they didn't necessarily have the best record. I feel like the Kings will be able to beat some of those teams ahead of them, and won't lose as many to the teams behind them. Think about this with the Celtics. The Celtics, from start to finish, they were the best team record-wise. But they came back with a focus, a mindset. I'm hoping the addition of DeMar DeRozan will lock our guys in, because you and I talked about this all throughout the season. The Kings said all the right things during media day, but when it came time to play, at times I felt like they were a little fat and happy with their success.
Hollow.
Right, the words rang hollow. I'm hoping a veteran, a pros pro like DeMar DeRozan will keep us locked in and night out.
We have this from Michael Morgan on the chat. He says, hopefully DeMar has 2 good years left in him. And that is a legitimate concern. But I was thinking about this today, too. And as Tim Legler points out, DeMar DeRozan is 35 on August the 6th.
Yeah.
Guys play longer now.
Yeah.
And they're productive longer.
Yes.
They just are.
Right.
And you look at it, there's no indication that he's, the decline has begun. It's going to happen at some point. It happens to everybody. But I think the Kings, this bet on 2 years and maybe a 3rd, I think it's a really smart wager when you look at his career and physically how well he's holding up.
When you look at a guy like Kevin Durant, who's 35, about to turn 36 in September, his 35-year-old season, 27 points, 41% from 3, 52%.
He played a lot of games.
A lot of games, 75 games. He didn't slow down. He had a great season. And the thing about Durant, I'm going to throw DeRozan in there as well. They don't necessarily use their speed and athleticism. They are surgical with their offensive moves. And I think Durant and DeRozan are similar in the fact that they know how to get to their spots, and there's nothing you can do about it. DeRozan is just the same way. Sure, he doesn't have the length to shoot over you as well as Kevin Durant does, but he's such a savvy bucket getter. You know who he reminds me of? And I'm going to bring up an old school guy, and you'll remember this guy. Adrian Dantley.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Like, Dantley wasn't a deadly three-point shooter. He had a big butt, though. Yeah, but he knew how to use it. Mark Aguirre, kind of. Like these guys that operate in the mid-range, and, you could play great defense, but they still find a way to score. He's like a throwback player almost.
He is a lot like them. I think the big difference would be you threw it to especially Adrian Dantley. You weren't going to get the ball back.
Right, that's true.
Right? And that's was his job.
Right, that was his job.
And again, that's one of the areas in which he's gotten a lot better the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's crazy. 5 assists. Excuse me. I'm looking at Kevin Durant's page. Let me pull up DeMar DeRozan's. It was 5 assists last season for DeMar DeRozan. What's interesting is I didn't know even in Toronto he was that much of a passer, a facilitator, Whitey. In his first season in San Antonio, 6.2 assists per game. His last season in Toronto, 5.2 assists. So he's been right around that 5. Look at this right here. Oh, my gosh. His last season in San Antonio, Whitey. Guess how many assists he averaged? Just guess.
5.3.
6.9. Almost 7 assists per game.
Impressive.
For a guy like DeMar DeRozan, who also scored 21.6 points per game.
You know what my favorite story about DeRozan in San Antonio is? You probably saw this. There's all these stories about DeRozan now. When his father died, did you hear this story?
No way.
When his father died, I guess they were in the locker room, was after a game. When he found out his father died, Pop came and sat by him and said, "I'm gonna sit here right with you as long as you're."
Dang. Yeah.
It's like, if it's 2 hours, I'm staying right here with you.
Yes.
And he was in tears, because his father died.
Right.
Pop is the tough military guy, but he knows people too.
Right. And that's what makes Pop so great, And what's interesting about DeMar DeRozan, he has a book coming out later this year, Above the Noise. And I can't wait to read it because this guy is so much more than a basketball player. He's a human, and I want to tap into him and, really, I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but use him to inspire others, to inspire me, like he would inspire me as well. And so I can't wait to tap in with him on that.
Coming up, guess who's now the betting favorite to win NBA Rookie of the Year? Next with the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Imagine the most beautiful panoramic setting, endless waves crashing on a beach, kids playing in the park. Now, right smack in the middle of your perfect picture, imagine just one piece of litter. It doesn't fit, does it? And it simply doesn't belong anywhere, certainly not in California, not even one piece. Good news, if we work together, we will change it all. Clean California, zero litter is the goal. CleanCA.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, even though Brent Rooker was certainly deserving with his 18 homers and 54 RBIs, the A's electric closer Mason Miller is the team's representative in the All-Star game. Now, he joins a list of 5 other Oakland rookies who have been named to the team over the years. Names like Wayne Gross, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Andrew Bailey, and Ryan Cook.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver that includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
18 number ones. What was I thinking? Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee. I love you just the way Kelsey Hart and more, plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITBFest.com.
Brought to you by Bonnie Electrical Heating and Air and the U.S. Marines.
If you've been on the American River, it's uphill, it's downhill. There's trails everywhere that you can walk, and it just makes you happy. And I couldn't walk, and it was terrible. I was turning into a real crab. I went to the Good Feet store and I tried on the arch supports. I could not believe that I was not in pain. I can walk, I can run, I can jump, I can do anything. My name's Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, and they have a special deal going right now just for you. Receive your first month's payment up to $1,500 on them on select new 2024 GLE vehicles or the all-new E-Class now at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Rates begin at 1.99% APR on select certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. Plus, you can always check out their other deals at mbofstockton.com or head on down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Live and local. This is Sacktown Sports.
Oh, everybody's so excited about DeMar DeRozan and about USA versus Canada tonight in basketball, and about the Kings taking on the Warriors for the Mitch Richmond Cup. We've been thinking maybe we should rename the Cup, given that it's just Summer League. We have a couple suggestions here on the text line, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. The Harrison Barnes Trophy.
Okay.
And Andres says the Billy Owens Trophy.
Billy O, yeah, you could do that. You could do that. I like the Harrison Barnes Trophy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a Summer League kind of thing, you know. A guy that won a championship at Golden State, played, 6 great years here in Sacramento, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so honor HB that way. Why not?
Did you know that he waived his trade kicker?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, to make it, yeah. That's honorable of him.
Ended up being about $3.7 million, according to reports, that he just said, no, I'm good.
That's crazy. I don't know if I'd be that kind of. I don't know if I do that. Especially when you're trading me. You're telling me you don't want it.
Right.
He put it in the contract for a reason, right?
Yes,
you know,
yes.
And so kudos to him. He seemed happy. You know, they had his introductory press conference here recently down there in San Antonio. I think it's a good fit for him, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, expectations are low. You got a generational talent. You know, just play your role. You know, you don't have to go out there and try to beat a man or anything like that. You got other guys. You know, we talked about Devin Vassell. Now you got Wemby as well. Like HB, a veteran, I think it's a good fit for him.
Somebody looked into it and said it's likely. I don't think the Spurs have announced this, nor has Chris Paul said anything, but someone said Chris Paul probably didn't take everything that he was entitled to either.
Oh, like to go to San Antonio?
To make it work. Someone did the crunch number, said he probably took a little less. And willingly took a little less.
To sign with them. Okay.
Yeah. Right. And I saw some today. This is just so impressive, the way the Spurs operate. When you have a 3-team trade in the NBA, they say all the teams have to touch, which means every team has to give something up. Everybody has to get something. You got to touch all the teams. So, they did give up a player.
Yeah, who was it?
And his name is something like Daquan Gray or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm doing some reading. Apparently, they signed that guy last year. I think they gave him maybe a second 2-way deal. A lot of people at the time thought, okay, why would they do that? People now think they did that because they knew if this situation came up, they were going to need
use him as
trade somebody.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're a smart organization. That would not surprise me.
I know.
Wow, that's
because teams apparently they would sell like conditional picks that would never convey in the NBA. Said no,
you got to.
They would sell guys that we have the rights to this guy in Yugoslavia.
Right.
He would never come over. The NBA said no, you can't do that. So. The Spurs may have found a workaround.
A 2-way guy that, they really weren't going to have any use for.
Yeah.
Except for.
Brilliant.
Oh, right. Okay. Right.
Family Schlegel, your new buddy.
Yeah, my guy.
He says, I liked the play of the 7-foot center last night for the Kings. Huge game. I was hopeful he was a project. Unfortunately, he's 30. Yeah, that's Joe Luau.
Oh, man. Luau. How do you pronounce that?
Aquil,
I don't know.
Acuil, A-C-U-I-L. Aquil Joe
yeah.
Aquil Jr.
I wasn't on the call last night, so I didn't have to study up on his name. But
yeah, he's 30.
30.
Yeah.
Still playing in Summer League, trying to get latched on somewhere, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'd never heard of him before,
Uh-huh.
the Summer League.
Yeah, he played college ball in the States. Yeah, I know what you mean. I kind of did the same thing, Family Schlegel, because, the Kings need some size, right? How about that guy? It's like, oh, no.
No, and here's the thing, Whitey. You know how it is. Just because you look good in California Classic, I mean, I can name a number of guys. Spurs just released Dominic Barlow. Last year in the California, he looked like, he was amazing. He looked fantastic out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to look at the competition, too, that he's going against. And he's 30.
Yeah.
He's a grown man playing against 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds,
30,
23-year-olds out there.
The Docos Loco says, Joe Jr., LOL. That's what we'll call him, right? Hey, Joe
Jr.,
Jr.
right? Family Schlegel, 19 points, 9 boards, 3 assists, 2 blocks of steal, filling up the stat sheet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of young bigs, the consensus rookie of the year betting favorite is Zach Edey.
Zach Edey.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Let's see. That's according to ESPN Bet. Also, DraftKings FanDuel have Zach Edey as the favorite to be rookie of the year. That's really just because it's not because they think he's going to do it necessarily. It's because they know the people who are likely to place bets have not really heard of a lot of the other guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't think they're going to think he's going to have the best season, but most people, he's a household name. People know who he is. I wouldn't be surprised if Bronny, got some action.
Right.
What's his number right now? Do you know? Do you have a odds on Bronny winning?
I don't have the complete list. I have Sarr is Sarr is up there.
Plus 500.
And Risa Shea. Those are, I think, the only 3 I have in this story.
Stephon Castle on this site I have.
Stephon Castle had a tremendous
He looked
jam
good.
yesterday.
Plus 700. But some people will go to Vegas and put money on Bronny just because it's Bronny.
Uh-huh.
Same thing with Zach Edey. I think, as it gets closer to the season, he'll get more money put on him, and his line will move even further for him.
If I'm not mistaken, Bronny only played the one summer league game, that first game against the Kings, and he had 4 points, 2 for 9, right?
Yeah.
Then he got a sore knee, and he's not playing.
Yeah.
Okay. So as we were just doing the show a bit ago, I happened to glance up here. We have ESPN on. They're talking about Bronny. He played one summer league game. What is there to talk about?
Would you rather them talk about Ricochet or whatever his name is? Alex Sarr? They're in the business of making money, Whitey. You know this. And I understand Bronny's a 55th overall pick.
But he hasn't even done it, and it's
but
not
his
his
last
fault.
name is James, big fella. His last name is James. And I guarantee you, when you look at all the rookies that were drafted, I could argue maybe outside of Zach Edey, Bronny James has the most recognizable name of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
People are more familiar with him than
Right.
Zachariah Ricochet or whatever his name is.
Simone just said it to us. Bronny James is the most bet-on player to win the Rookie of the Year at plus 25,000 odds.
Dang.
Wow.
So people are like, oh, my God, that number, I'm telling you, it's going to move, man.
Mm-hmm.
Before he even plays a game, it's going to move.
And Zach Edey, I guess at one of these places, ESPN Bet, Zach Edey, a co-favorite with Alex Sarr, plus 600. But here's what Taylor Jenkins says. Encouraging signs from the game the other night. He has that tip in, just the fire that he plays with. That's what you mentioned yesterday, Drapes. We're going to try to expand his game a little bit more. I think he being Edey, I think he can be a threat on the inside in the post, bringing that back a little bit, end quote.
Oh, a little post play,
Yeah.
huh? Why not, man? I would definitely toss it to him on the post, especially when you look at that Memphis team, the drivers, slashers, and you got a shooter like Desmond Bane. If Edey can give them anything down low, that opens it up tremendously for everybody else. And so I can't wait. I want to look at this guy. I'm going to Summer League. He's one of the guys that I want to see in person play.
Mm-hmm.
Bronny also, I want to see Bronny. I got to see Bronny play just because. But Zach Edey, to me, is probably the most intriguing guy out there.
That's one of the coolest things about Summer League. I remember going to see Tyreek Evans' first game for the Kings.
Yeah.
And I forget who they play. He played really well, but I remember being in the gym and, you're looking around and the other NBA Summer League teams, they're getting ready for their next game. It's like a high school tournament.
Yeah,
It's like, who's that little kid over there? Oh, that's the guy the worst. That's Steph Curry.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You know, it's
that's
kind of
pretty
cool that way. Kind of like
Right.
baseball spring training in a way.
Yes. And, you know, I was there last year, and the thing about Summer League, there's certain guys that create a buzz. Remember Wembanyama last year? I mean, like you couldn't, it was sold out. You could not get in.
Remember he got into it with Britney Spears before he even got to Summer League.
I do remember that. And so I already got friends going to Summer League saying, I want to see Bronny. I got my boy Will who lives in LA. He's coming down Friday. I want to go see Bronny. I got my boy Ken out there at Mercedes-Benz in Stockton. I want to see the Lakers against the Celtics on Monday. Like Bronny is a draw, man. I'm sorry. He is a draw out there.
That's I'm going to keep track for your benefit. That's
two, right?
Bonus Mercedes-Benz.
Well, I had a meeting with them earlier today, you know, just to talk about how things are going. They're fine people, man. So I want to give them some love.
That almost counts as a third.
No, I didn't say who it was. Right? They are.
Alfio says, another BMW.
Yeah, BMW. Yeah, no, it's it wasn't that far of a drive, and so no, it was a good visit down there.
Now, Simone, you just gave me a look. Did you not remember the thing about Wemby and Britney Spears?
Oh, no, I remember. And I actually, the last time I was in Las Vegas, I paid homage. I went to that restaurant and I was like, wow, look at this.
Really?
I mean, I'm not condoning violence. It's the Catch restaurant.
Oh, Catch? Yeah. That's a good restaurant.
Delicious.
Yeah, that's a great restaurant.
But yes, I do remember that. And that was devastating. It's always funny. You know how I love when both of my two loves collide, my pop culture.
Was there like, flowers on the ground or anything or a plaque, on this date back in 2023,
Right.
Victor Wembanyama and his security, backslapped.
Did security like knock her sunglasses off?
Yeah, exactly.
She probably shouldn't have rolled up on them the way they did, or she did. But yeah, we don't condone violence here on the Drive, guys.
No, certainly not.
This YouTube chat's off the hook real quick, man.
Yeah.
They Sacktown Sports 1140, JD 987. Bronny is awful. You can come watch some dudes at Rucker, probably better quality. How much are the Lakers and Bron paying drapes?
Wow.
JD's a hater. He's being a hater. He probably never even watched Bronny play. He probably watched some YouTube clips or social media clips and is jumping on the bandwagon like everybody else taking shots at this kid.
Mm-hmm.
Kick rocks, JD. Come on, man.
That'll be a big crowd for Bronny's game.
It will be. It will be. I'm interested in seeing Dalton
I
connect.
know he had a swollen knee, so fingers crossed. When we come back, who's more well-liked, Steph, LeBron, Luka, or Caitlin Clark?
Ooh.
The surprising answer is coming up with the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's got to be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Catch some Aggie football this fall and save money while doing it. Grab one of our all-new mini plans and save up to 40% off single-game tickets. With our can't-miss home slate of games this season, you can pick 82 games for just $60 or any 3 games for $75. Pick the games that fit your schedule and come support the Aggies on their quest for a Big Sky championship. Mini plans can be purchased by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Axe.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what you doing for Chrysler's Make This the Summer sales event?
Well, this month we have something special that only happens once a year. Big savings on one of America's most capable minivans. Right now you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining 23 Chrysler Pacifica hybrids, and that's on all trims.
Now, you said Chrysler Pacifica hybrids. Those things get 82 miles per gallon E with gas prices so high and $17,000 off MSRP. That's a no-brainer.
And a deal like this only happens once a year. So this is the time to take advantage of this savings at the dealership and at the pump.
The savings won't last long. Stop by Hoblet Dodge for a test drive today or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 7,500 factory rebates and 9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 7,500 federal EV tax credit offered by a third party and subject to change. Consult a tax professional for details and eligibility. 82 MPGE combined city highway rating based on fueleconomy.gov EPA rating. Send this net savings while supplies last. See dealer for details.
The wild-eyed Southern boys are back. 38 special. Rock it into the night. Friday, July 19th at 7:30 at the venue at Thunder Valley. With Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss 38 Special Live.
Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing strategies that deliver results. On your next campaign, aim higher. Go to aimyourdigital.com and get started today. aimyourdigital.com.
Keep your family cool and comfortable this summer with Bell Brothers' best summer ever financing event. When you replace your AC system, we're offering 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on approved credit, then low fixed rate thereafter. That's right, 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on any new AC system. It's an incredible offer on an incredible new AC system, but only for a limited time. This offer is also available on any plumbing, water heater, or insulation projects over $1,000. So call Bell Brothers now. Your family will thank you because they'll be cool and comfortable. But you have to hurry. Our offer for 0 payment, 0 interest for 6 months, then low fixed rate thereafter ends soon. Estimates and second opinions are free. So call now to keep your family cool and comfortable during Bell Brothers' best summer ever event. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com. That's theNoSurpriseGuys.com. The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/SacktownSports1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Mark Chase Spears has this update on X. Says Kevin Durant will not play for USA basketball tonight against Canada. He's day-to-day. He has a calf injury. It's uncertain whether he will play in the 2 upcoming exhibitions in Abu Dhabi, according to a source. Funny thing about Abu Dhabi, people in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but people in Abu Dhabi do. You ever heard that?
No, I've never heard that. You've been sitting on that one for a while.
That's a Giannis joke.
Is that a Giannis?
One of those
dad
Giannis
jokes.
tell that joke once.
Oh, Giannis and his dad jokes. Oh, it's good. It's crazy.
He botched it when he told it. It was like,
It was pretty
I
bad.
had to reverse engineer it to figure out, I see how that was supposed to go.
When I went to a Bucks Kings game, they had Giannis bobblehead night.
Yeah.
But it was like one of those you press and it has some of his dad jokes. That wasn't one of them. It was 3 different jokes or whatever.
Oh,
and so I
pretty
grabbed
good.
one. I swiped one. I'm like,
good,
that's
good.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see Giannis saying that. Yeah.
So you're going to Summer League.
Your boy is going to Summer League.
So who's watching the Benz for you?
The Benz?
Yeah.
No, I'll park it at my secret lot that I have at the Sacramento airport, All
right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Let's just say it was part of your deal. I know you would never do this.
I would
but
never
let's
do
say
this.
Mercedes-Benz says, all right, you gotta leave it while you're going with somebody at the station.
Who would I choose?
Yeah. Who are you most likely to choose? And who's like, nope. I'm guessing Emil might be at the bottom.
No,
right?
Emil's my guy. We have worked long as we stay away from Niners talk, we're good. Emil, no, he could drive it.
Yeah.
I would say if I'm being honest,
yes,
I would probably hook up the young lady behind me
right
here. I'd let her.
Surprise.
I would probably let Simone rock it.
Take good care of her.
Take it exactly. and probably Carmichael Dave would be the least one I'd least let use it. Yeah.
Why won't you let me drive your
Right. Dude, he called me earlier today, and I looked at it, and I said, I'm not answering that right now. And I totally didn't answer. I did call him back later, but you know how Carmichael Dave is. You got to be in the mood to talk to him.
Sure.
You got to be like, your mind frame got to be right. Your emotional state got to be good. And so he called me, and I was like, Lord, I ain't got time for this today.
I looked at it, it's like,
not right now. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. So,
well, congratulations, Simone. What an honor.
Right.
I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
I would you know what? If Simone asked me and said, Kyle, can me and my boyfriend go out and use it? I'd say, here, go have fun.
That is so sweet.
I totally would. Simone's
would you want her to drive, or would you let him drive?
No, her. She'd have to drive. Yeah. I don't trust that guy. I've met him a couple times. I don't trust him. I trust
That's
her
smart.
with it, though. I trust her.
Smart.
Does it have like drive assist and all? It's like
does.
got all the bells and whistles,
It does.
right?
You know, one thing it has, and you're not supposed to do this, but it has like it's self-driving capabilities. Like when you set it on cruise control, you can just let it go and it'll keep in the lane. And then you just flick the turn signal and it'll change lanes for you and everything. Like it's pretty sweet. But it alerts you to put your hand back on the steering wheel for like you could go like a minute without it. But then they say, all right, dude, put the hands back on the steering wheel.
Did you see the video a couple weeks ago? I saw this on social media. It wasn't a Benz or a type of car. It wasn't like a Tesla. It was one of those robot cars. Anyway, it went the wrong way in the street and it got pulled over. So it's the cop cam and the cop pulls it over.
Shut up.
There's no one in there.
No way. So you've been in San Francisco. Those are everywhere. Like the Waymo cars and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And, I was thinking, I'm like, is that the next big thing? Like, should I somehow find a way to invest? But I feel like all it would take is like one catastrophic accident. And it's like, nope. But people are riding in it like an Uber in the back, and there's nobody driving.
I was going to say, it sounds like neither of you guys have had the pleasure. Yet
No.
Have you tried?
No.
All right. Yeah, I haven't tried it, but I've seen them, in action, in a crowded street too, and it does its thing. It does its thing.
They're still perfecting it though. That's the problem.
Yes.
One little thing goes wrong and look out.
Hold up for a second. Let me real quick. I know you got your rundown there, your box scores and everything. Oh. Yeah. All right, go with Caitlin Clark. Go ahead.
What do you got?
No, I was going to say, Family Slago says, love that technology. I hope motorcycles know that cars will stay in the middle of the lane. That's one thing that bothers me about driving out here. Why do motorcycles feel like they got carte blanche over everything?
I think it's legal. You can't.
But
it's
even
totally
in
legal.
like city traffic, they like scoot up to the front at the stoplight and everything. Is that legal?
Yeah. I think
Like
it
I
is.
understand on like
I would if I
highways
was-
and everything.
Yeah.
But don't you got to stop just like everybody else?
You have to stop. Yes.
But does that mean you can go to the front of the line? Like, why can't you just stop 3 cars behind like everybody else? I hate that rule. Dude, because here's the problem, Whitey, with it. And then they get mad at you if you don't give them enough room to pass.
Oh, I always give them room.
But sometimes you don't see them.
You have to be a cognizant driver that's aware of your surroundings.
I'm busy
every
texting,
time.
making phone calls. No, I'm joking. But yeah, sometimes, I'm looking around and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, he's, all right, but it's almost too late. And they give me a dirty look and everything.
This was a few years ago. I was on Madison Avenue and I'm turning right on Manzanita. And I'm looking, and just as I start to go, I didn't see him. This guy on a smaller motorcycle.
Yeah.
And I started to go out, and he goes by, and I didn't see him, and he flipped me off.
Right.
And I was just in that mood. I followed him.
Oh, snap. Oh, why are you about to give him the
not the right
2-piece?
day for that. So I followed him until he finally stopped, and I said, hey. I couldn't hear him, but I said, hey, why did you do that? And I don't know what I think he was a little nervous. Yeah. And I just said, I didn't see you. And then I drove off. But it was I was not in, the mood for that.
Was that your worst
day.
road rage incident?
I'm not much of a road rager, so I think, yeah. Definitely.
I had a terrible one. I had 2 terrible ones where, and I was the victim in both of them. One was where was I at? Louisville, Kentucky, I believe it was. And got off work late at night, driving home. I don't know what happened, but this guy got mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
We stop at a light. He pulls up behind me. He gets out of his car, Whitey, comes up, knocks on my window.
Mm-hmm.
And this is at night. It's dark out. And I'm like, I don't know what this guy's on.
Right.
So I called the cops.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this guy right now. And then another incident happened.
So you weren't the rager.
I wasn't the rager. Another incident happened in Folsom. I wasn't the rager either. But this guy followed me for about 10, 15 minutes around Folsom. I called the cops. I'm like, hey. And so I stayed on the line with the cops and giving them my play-by-play. All right, I'm turning right here. I'm turning left there.
You're pretty good at this, sir.
I know,
right? For a living.
Exactly. And the thing is, I'm paranoid as is. Like, if a car follows me into my neighborhood, I'm doing the scenic route. I'm driving. I'm making a wrong turn. I'm doing just to make sure. I don't know. Maybe that's the Philly in me growing up. But, yeah, man, it's scary out there.
It is.
It really is.
Like you say, someone comes up. I've never had that happen, but you just, I don't know what's going on here. Anything can happen here.
Right.
And anybody who does that to me, they better stand away from my door, because if I need to, if that's what I need to do, I will do it.
You got to protect yourself, big fella. You got to stand your ground, no doubt.
You both sound like Scotty Scheffler right now. You're about to drive someone down, mow someone down.
Oh, man. We got to get to this Caitlin Clark.
We will. We'll get to Caitlin. We will.
That's my girl.
Uh-huh.
Big Caitlin Clark fan. So, yeah, we got to get to that.
We got to check it with TC coming up. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Have the Kings had the best offseason so far of anybody, even in the West, if we're being honest. And we'll have a look at Caitlin Clark, how she compares with Luka, Steph, LeBron in terms of popularity when we come back. Drive Guys. No road rage today, right? On Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
18 number ones. What was I thinking? Count
famous ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now, Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee. I love you just the way Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by Bonnie Electrical Heating and Air and the U.S. Marines.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sacktown Sports. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Oh, we're having fun today. It's a great day. I hate to start the hour this way, Drapes, with what I think is bad news for you from Jay Woods on the chat. It's actually legal for motorcycles to pass cars at any speed, 35 and under, and they can go to the front at stop signs.
Yeah, and then somebody from the 916 on the text, lane splitting saves motorcycles' lives, Draper. You can't get rear-ended if you're between cars. Can't do it legally at highway speed. I see it on the highways, them doing it. But in city traffic, 35 or less, I guess, you can do it. That was one of the biggest adjustments I had coming out here. It's like, dang, where did this guy come from? And they come right up and get right to the front of the line.
You're in California now, mister.
We
got our own set of rules.
Yeah, that's one of the drawbacks. Because I'm driving with the kids, and my daughter's like, Dad, who does he think he is? Why does he think he can go to the front of the line? I'm like, you're right, honey. Why,
honey, he thinks he's a citizen of the great state of California.
Yeah, he's just following the law, honey. I had no idea, though. I had no idea, man.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Steven is with us on Sacktown Sports. Hello, Steven. What's going on?
How are you?
Good.
How you guys doing?
Good.
What's up, Steven?
Not much, man. Not much, boys. I could sit here and talk about all this DeMar DeRozan thing, but everyone else has said it for me, man. I'm stupid excited, ridiculously excited. And I really kind of feel like, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'd kind of be okay if we held on to Kevin Huerter, kind of giving him another chance to kind of rekindle his career a little bit. He kind of had a fall off last year, kind of wasn't the same dude that he was a couple of years ago. So it's just one of those things, man. I'd be all right with that. But, yeah, man, that was going to be my point, was going to be the lane splitting thing, man. I know it's 35 miles an hour. I know motorcycles can go in between traffic. But unfortunately, it's all the guys that do it on the freeway, like you were saying, at freeway speed when they're doing, when they're splitting traffic at 40, 50, 60 mile an hour. That's really not necessarily, the safest thing to do. But, that's the stipulation there. And that texter was right. It does save lives. You just have to be a little bit more observant. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Especially with the motorcycles, because motorcycles are very skinny and small, and their footprint's not that big. So as a fellow rider, I gotta say that. So anyway, man, let's go, boys. Let's go, man. It's a good time to be a Sacramento King, man. You guys have yourself a good day. Thank you for your time.
All right, free Steven, setting the record straight. All right.
So you're set now?
Yeah. You know what? I thought it was the other way. I thought you could do it on the freeway at certain speed because, but not in, city track, like, at the stoplight or something like that. So I had it wrong there. So I'm learning something new every day.
Right now, it's time for Check It with TC. TC, what's going on today?
Man, just getting it popping, check it. Drapes, Whitey, what's up?
Chilling, big dog. What's up, player?
Man, listen, before we get started on the Kings, that road rage ain't a joke, bro. You got to watch out for that.
Yeah.
It gets tricky with people out here. Seriously.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hey, I'm with you, Drake. But look, hey, like I told y'all, man, Kings fans, look, it's a happy moment, man. We got us a superstar stud in the building, and it's finna go down, bro. So strap your boots. Everybody get ready. Hey, I know we haven't seen Carter play yet, and I truly believe that's the right pick. But now did y'all see what I was talking about with Zach Edey when I kept saying, bro, that's the pick?
Yeah.
We might look back at this situation, Kings fans. Not to take away the happiness that's going on, right? Nothing can take that away because DeMar is here. But we might look back at this draft and say, you know what? We should have took Zach Edey, bro.
But he was gone, TC. He was gone before us. He didn't drop to us, big fella.
I know. We can listen. That's when you get into the trade up and all that. And I know that probably wasn't possible. So, Drake, I'm with you. I can't go down that road. I just seen the guy and I was like, man, we should have jumped up and grabbed that guy. But I'm going to leave it alone. Carter's a dog. Everybody stay excited. Get ready. We up and up. That's all I got. I'm not going to keep y'all on. Thank y'all for everything, bro.
All right, TC. Good for checking in.
I believe TC was one of the people that were a handful of them, at least, on this show that were pro Edey from day one.
And
I was not.
I was not either.
Looks like maybe he's going to be something.
I was not because I didn't think the fit and him backing up Domas, how many more minutes. Memphis, the perfect spot for him.
Yeah.
He could be their starting center. The thing I didn't know about Zach Edey is his competitive desire, his toughness. He got a little nasty streak to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not just some big doughboy out there playing. You know, he got a little nastiness to him. And so I think he'll be fine in the NBA. Honestly, if I'm looking at it and I'm being real, I wouldn't be surprised if he got Rookie of the Year. I think he's going to have a tremendous season. He should be a walking double-double his rookie year.
I would bet he's not going to get it.
Really?
If I could take anybody but him, the field, and it's not that I have anything against him, somebody's going to get more minutes, I think, than he's going to get and put up bigger numbers, I think.
I just think, and, you know, when you look at like a Sarr, let's say, with the Wizards or Risa Shea with the Hawks, you know, I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. Like, will they get the touches? Are they that refined? Remember, Sarr over in, Perth, I think he averaged like 9 points a game or something like that. And so,
I'm not saying it's going to be one of those guys. You're right, but I'd say
Dalton Connect.
No, I mean maybe,
Castle?
but I wouldn't say him. I would say Castle.
Castle could be in the mix. I'm with you on that.
Maybe I'm not a big fan, but Reed Shepherd.
Reed Shepherd with the Rockets, though.
Yeah,
they got a lot of young guys and
You're right.
lead. So I think it's a toss up this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a huge toss up.
Boombox Benny on the chat. I don't see people doing lane splitting at high speeds. I'm a FedEx driver, so I'm driving all the time.
Oh, if he didn't see it, it must not happen.
He's accusing you of hallucinating.
Exactly. Like I said, if he didn't see it, it must not have happened. He's on every road at all hours of the day. He sees every driver. And so, and Simone, did you put his message up there on the YouTube?
I did.
Man, don't put that guy's this guy coming at me like that. I don't see it draped, so it must not have happened.
He probably spends more time on the road than you do.
Dude, I put some miles on my car, though.
Yeah.
But guess how many miles I got on the Mercedes?
You haven't had it that long.
I got it in December.
I
So January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 7 months. 17,000 miles.
Say 20, yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be like.
Where you been?
I
back
drive
and forth to the
30
area.
miles every day, back at like 30 miles here, 30 miles back, just to come into this radio station.
Oh.
So I'm 60 miles a day, 5 days a week. That's 300 miles a week. Extrapolate that, Whitey. That's 15,000 miles a year just in that.
Mm-hmm. You know, I used to have a really nice truck, Ram, beautiful.
Yeah.
But then I was working in the Bay Area and parking that on the streets and in garages.
Did it get vandalized? Or?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
We had to swap it out.
Well, a little lesser model, didn't want to take the risk.
Nice car, but just a car that you could actually get into some of the parking.
Oh,
spaces,
yeah.
Get a little better gas.
That's
mileage.
the worst. That's the worst. I'm with you on that.
Here's the deal on your favorite basketball player, Caitlin Clark.
She is at the top. Yeah, she's up there. I love Caitlin Clark.
National Research Group canvassing did a study here, over 1,000 self-described sports fans, and they found that Caitlin Clark is not polarizing. Some have said, oh, it's very polarizing. These numbers crunched and translated by the Sports Business Journal say that Caitlin Clark is bordering on being universally liked.
You're right.
Universally
Who said
liked.
that?
66% have an overall positive impression of her, only 4% negative. That is better. 66% positive is better than Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Jason Tatum, and Kevin Durant. She's tied with the Joker, and she's just below in terms of a positive impression, just below Steph and Luka. People are crazy. You're not the only one who's crazy about her.
The thing about Caitlin Clark, I went to our boy Emran's shop, True Sports Cards, and I'm like, dude, any Caitlin Clark cards? They're like, we can't keep them in here.
Really?
They fly off the shelves. You get LeBron, you get Steph, Luka, they got tons. But Caitlin Clark cards, people are snatching them up. Like she's still a thing, even in the WNBA. You see her today, 29 points, 13 assists.
Did she just shove somebody? She got mad and shoved somebody?
Did she? I know that she was beefing with a girl today. I didn't.
I'll have to double check.
I didn't see the shove, but she was beefing with somebody.
72% who follow Caitlin Clark say they sympathize with her because of the press attention she's received. 60% say the media treats her unfairly. 41% have seen coverage of Clark's rivalry with
Angel Reese,
or stories about jealousy toward her from other WNBA players. 41% is a lot. That's good for the WNBA. So everybody loves her. Very few people.
Yeah, and the thing about the jealousy, if you will, it's not something she created. It's how people react and treat her that other people and players are jealous of, or what, that's the reaction there. It's not anything Caitlin Clark. It's not like she's saying I'm the best out there, Angels, this, that. It's how people have anointed her and idolize her that's making other people say, hey, we've been doing great things also. And Simone, you're a WNBA fan, right?
No, I mean,
I know your boy Kyle is.
Yeah, Kyle's definitely versed. I just don't know how to access it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to find.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know, I'm doing Summer League next week.
Okay.
Las Vegas Aces versus Chicago Sky, Angel Reese.
Wow.
So I'm going to be in attendance. I'm going to go check that out. So
I do have a question for you guys on this subject matter. Have you guys, I know that this has been thrown out and I don't mean to regurgitate, but have you guys considered the possibility of a co-rookie of the year? Have you guys thought about that with Miss
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. It's interesting because
Angels numbers don't compare, though, do they?
No, but she's set the. Yeah, her numbers are pretty good. She leads the league, I think, in rebounding. Leads in offensive rebounding. Most consecutive double-doubles by a rookie player in league history. Like, I think she's up to 14 straight now, or maybe 15 after today. And so I could see it. The problem with the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese debate or talk, it really doesn't come down to basketball. It comes down to, all the other stuff we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Society, like they're trying to make it race. They're trying to make it bigger than just, and I'm trying to keep it strictly basketball, but people are, race, people are trying to protect Caitlin Clark, the white girl, and vilify Angel Reese, the black girl. And
some people are trying to use that as an example of things that aren't really going on. They're trying to use that to justify their own means and see what I'm saying about what's going on. Look, it's going on here. And it's like, no, that has nothing to do with it.
Dude, I'm on social media more than I should be because I don't have a life, really. I'm always looking at, but you should see some of the tweets. Like when Caitlin Clark does something, people point out, look at Caitlin Clark, while they also sort of diss Angel Reese. And then when Angel Reese does something, they say, look at Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark can't do this. Like, it's like, you can't just look at each individual. And did you see, I think it was Monica McNutt. This was last week, in the Rookie of the Year race, Simone. She said she would give it to Angel Reese at the time because her team was higher in the standings. Even though Caitlin Clark and her squad is 2-1 against Angel Reese team, even though they were only separated by half a game at the time. And you know how, as well as I do, your record when it comes to Rookie of the Year really doesn't factor in that much because most of the time you're on a bad team. It wasn't like Chicago was, 20-4 or something. Like they were under 500 and they were only separated by a half game. So there's a lot of like, who's your favorite? Are you team Caitlin or are you Team Angel Reese? That I feel like is going on right now.
We'll be right back as the conversation continues. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
If you're looking to move out of your parents' place, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive, which is good because your little brother has gotten really territorial. You're blood related. You'd think it would be fine to share food in the fridge. I mean, who writes their name on every individually wrapped slice of cheese, Tyler? Still, you've got to admire the commitment. So bundle your renter's and car insurance with Progressive and use the savings to help you move out and have all the cheese you want. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
A couple of comments here on the chat comment of the day. Nominees from Mason. I was a Clark hater till the WNBA lady started treating her so bad. Now I want her to shut them up. And we have from Ryan Williams Art, Drapes driving to Manhattan Beach, still looking for that wallet. That's how he spent the miles on.
I wish, man. I missed that wallet. That was a good wallet. You know, my Costco card was in there, you know, and I still haven't replaced it now.
How do you get your golf balls anymore?
Digital, like it's on the digital. It's on my phone. I'm still shop at Costco.
With Ryan Williams Art, he doesn't forget, does he?
You know what? And here's the thing. My daughter is not in his wife's class anymore. Like, our relationship is over. I don't need to be nice to him. He don't have to talk to me. We can split and go our separate ways. My daughter got the A in the class. We're good now, Ryan Williams. Sorry. Yeah, let's move on.
Uh-huh. Does your daughter have a favorite subject? I'm just curious. I'm not going anywhere. I was just curious.
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
Nah, she hates them all.
Oh,
yeah, she hates them.
But she does well in them.
She does well, man. She was in.
I think once she finds something she likes.
Yeah, she was in. But here's the thing: she was in honors math and honors English for the first time, and so I think it was a little too much for. I mean, she did fine, passed. Got B's, I think, in those 2 classes. But she hates math. I know that, but she's good at it. I tell her, So that's my little girl, man.
When my daughters, one of them was graduated, one of them might have still been in college, but right around that age. And I found, going through some stuff at home, I found like, hey, my SAT scores. And I showed them to them.
Oh.
I thought they're okay.
Pretty decent.
They laughed at them.
Are you going to tell us what it was?
I don't remember what they were.
I don't believe that, Whitey. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Hey, these aren't bad. And they were, that was your SAT score?
Really?
Yeah. Well, we didn't have all the classes and everything.
Right.
Now you have all you pay and you get the sample test.
Yeah, all that.
Back then it was like, hey, go do that. Go take that test.
Go take that test.
If I'm not mistaken, it changed, like the number. It used to be 16 and then it went to 24. So then
really? Did it change?
Yes. So it looks
I
crazy
didn't know
if
that.
you said like, hey, I got like a 15-20. And
you're like,
yeah, exactly.
Well, that's probably it.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Darn. I thought it was based on 16. And did you take it? I feel like it was always on a Saturday morning.
Yes,
I felt like I had to go take it. Yeah. Okay. All right. You know what's great? All right. I'm going to tell you something about myself. And I'm going to play myself by this. I thought I was so smart. I was a little cocky. I'm sure you couldn't believe that. But back in high school, I had a little cockiness to me. And, and
most covered in her face in there.
I'm usually a humble guy. But I got a halfway decent score on my SATs. And, I made sure people at school knew it. And then, but years later, I realized it was okay. It wasn't as great as it, so I'm like, it was okay. It was serviceable, but it wasn't as, I made it more to be.
You'd be like an NBA player going, yeah, I averaged 17 points a game.
Right, exactly. Which is that's a good career. But it ain't 30 points a game.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it was.
Huh.
Yeah.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Bill joins us on Sacktown Sports. Hello, Bill.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. What's up, Bill?
How are you?
All right, I just want to talk about Gilbert Arenas. I'm not really mad at Gilbert. You know, it just probably has something to do with the fact that he got a baby mama and still paying child support here. So the town ain't that bad, is it?
I think you're exactly right, Bill.
He might be onto something here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
all right, Bill, man. He called it the baby mama, too, he said.
Yeah, see, I still don't know, and that's on me. Were they engaged? Did they get married? I know they were together, and that is the woman, right? The one that he met that worked for the Kings. That's the one that he got back together with so that he could swap out the ring.
Yeah, I think so. I think they had, 4 kids with each other or something like that? Yeah, I do believe.
That's $400,000 ring or something. He's like, oh, I want to get in there and then swap out the ring.
Yeah,
yes, he did.
That dude, man, that guy. Did you hear his latest podcast?
No.
Yeah, he and I didn't listen to all of it. I just saw it today. Like he did something, I think it was yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, taking shots again at all the Sacramento Kings fans and Sacramento fans that lit up his DMs. And he said, I was looking at my DMs and then I saw all these ugly men and I was like, oh, they must be from Sacramento. Like, yeah, he's a clown, man. That's the feud is going. He will not step foot into a Kings game. I guarantee that.
Compio, who's always taken your side, says, Whitey, the SAT was around when you attended high school?
Ooh.
It was a little different. And you go into the cave wall and you had to draw an animal.
Sharpen the rock. Yeah.
You had to draw like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the score of 5. It was different.
It was different.
I did okay. I thought I did okay. But it was different. You're right.
The hammer and chisel, you're like, that probably took a long time, right?
It did. Yeah, your essay is like 3 words.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. We like to say now that the Kings have DeMar DeRozan that maybe they've won the offseason, and they've certainly had a big offseason.
Yeah.
Have they even had the best offseason so far of anybody in the West? And I'm not taking shots at the Kings, and I'm not trying to ruin the mood.
Yeah, sounds
there are some other teams in the West that have had pretty good off seasons. I just want us to be objective for a moment. Have they had the best offseason of anybody in the West? Some people are saying OKC had the best offseason because now they're ready to compete for a title. Some people say Dallas had a better offseason than the Kings. And I know it's not necessarily finished yet. What do you think?
That's tough because I'm trying to be objective.
The Kings did very well regardless.
They did very well.
Suggesting they didn't. OKC added pieces that maybe were not as significant as DeRozan, but individually, Hartenstein gives them a dimension they needed, and Caruso. So it's like their team didn't need as much.
All right, let's take it team by team. Let's take the Kings' moves versus Oklahoma City's moves.
Yeah, we're just talking about, like I said, Caruso and Hartenstein.
Would you rather have Malik and DeRozan or Caruso and Hartenstein? Like if our moves we made was Caruso and Hartenstein, how would we feel about that?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you have to remember, the Malik thing they already had.
That's a different. Yeah, that's tough. I'm trying to give our guys the benefit of the doubt.
And the Mavs add Clay and Najee Marshall and Quentin Grimes.
I like the Clay and Najee Marshall moves.
I think the Kings had a better offseason
than the Mavs, though. Yeah, I think so too. And the OKC thing, I could see either side of that because Caruso, man, he's a guy we wanted here, and Hartenstein was probably the best available big, on the market this free agent class, and so. And they were already the number 1 seed, and they got stronger. Like that's, the Kings moves, as great as DeRozan is, bringing back Malik, they're probably still not a top 3 team just yet. They still, like we said, now if they go out and make another move, I don't know what the move would be. If they go out and make another move, I do think they could win the offseason in the West.
Is anybody going to pick up Zach LaVine, you think? It doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like Chicago's going to be stuck with him. And that's tough, man. Because like I said, I'm a big Zach LaVine fan. I think the contract in which you've always brought up, coming off the injury, I think is scaring off a lot of people right now. I think LaVine may have to start the season, hopefully playing, boost up his stock a little bit more, show that he's healthy, show that he can still average 20-plus points. And then maybe at the deadline, there might be, some offers, but it seems to be dried up out there.
Yeah. Now, if he was available for a much lesser contract, it'd be worth the risk.
Right.
It's like, but at that massive deal with And who knows what the medicals are. Yeah, I don't think teams, it's almost, you could almost argue Ben Simmons is a
Nah, you can't.
I said you could almost argue, because I read today that he's ready to go.
He's in the gym, right?
Yeah.
He's posting workout videos.
I said almost. You could almost.
And I think is he in a contract year, Ben Simmons, upcoming.
Expiring contract.
Right. Yeah, maybe a flyer on him. We need a 4-man.
Yeah, that's
right. We need a 4-man.
Yeah. The difference, of course, between those two is that for all intents and purposes, as far as we know, Zach LaVine actually likes playing basketball.
Right, exactly.
Simmons, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd really rather be doing something else.
I'm looking at Ben Simmons, too. His last year, 15 games. The year before that, 42. Year before that, missed the whole season. 58, 57. He missed his rookie year, his first year. And so you talk about a guy that's injury prone, people rip Zach LaVine. Like Ben Simmons, he just does not play at all. And so if I could get him on a minimum or something like that, but I'm not, paying him right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still would if you were running the team.
Oh, Zach LaVine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's my guy. I've told you, I pushed the chips in. I can't back away now. But what's interesting about this too, Whitey, when you look at LaVine and DeRozan is costing about $20 million less, but for the same production. So it's a good move for the Kings, I think.
It sure looks like it.
Yeah, right.
We'll see, but it's a very solid play for the Kings. Coming up next, Kawhi out. Who's in for Team USA? And why are so many people upset about Kawhi? That's coming up next with the Drive Guys. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140, Sacktown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Get ready for the Kia Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to make it a summer to remember with incredible deals on select 2024 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles. Kia Vacaville is offering an amazing 1.9% APR for up to 48 months for well-qualified buyers. Or you'll get $1,000 bonus cash on specialty tag 2024 Sportage and Sorrento models. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and start your summer adventures. Imagine cruising down the highway in your new Kia from Kia Vacaville, enjoying the advanced features and comfort of the Sportage or Sorrento. Whether you're planning a road trip or just driving around town, these vehicles are designed to elevate your experience. But don't wait too long. These unbeatable deals won't last forever. Your adventure starts now at Kia Vacaville, where every journey is an adventure. Visit them today and find the perfect vehicle for your summer plans. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
Right now, while you're sitting on the couch or just driving around, your friends are at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range powered by Top Tracer. The vibe is perfect, whether you're an accomplished player or a newbie. Play a variety of fun games, play Pebble Beach, or compete against friends at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range. Hungry? The Hangout Food Truck offers burgers, chicken strips, and more. Check the summer-long free concert schedule. Be a part of the fun at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, open until midnight.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spa's Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
I'm a very active person that likes to move around and go. The pain I was in was really excruciating. It was actually debilitating. I was basically heading towards a sedentary lifestyle. I had really tried everything, but I quickly lost hope with all of the things that we had tried, and that's what led me to the Good Feet store. And when I found the Good Feet system, it really just changed everything. It brought me back to life. I have my active lifestyle back.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the Watermill.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
I get it. Without me for Kawhi, see? Oh, that's Simone, huh?
She dropping bars back there? She feeling good about herself right now.
Yeah, I think everybody is, except for the fact that Sac Republic losing that match.
Tough one, yeah.
To this hated,
right?
You know who? We don't say the name. Seattle,
you know that. Yeah. We were talking smack. 90-degree heat. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't be able to handle it.
Right. Apparently, I read Emil's story. It was 2-1. Mm-hmm. And then it looked like Sac Republic had scored, but there was an offsides call, which terrible call. Although
controversy.
I don't even know what offsides is in soccer, so it's hard for me to say. I just think it was a terrible call. And then Seattle ends up winning 2-1.
So the refs robbed us.
Yes,
we've experienced that before around here.
Yeah. So now another run, at the U.S. Open Cup done.
No, but a good run.
They made their mark.
Yeah, they made their mark, and 2-1 against an MLS club. They held their own, and so shout out to them. That was a solid run for the Republic,
and it was a really good match.
Yes.
So when you have those games, you want to make it competitive. You don't want to get run and then go, well, it just wasn't their night. So
right.
It was a great night for Sacramento soccer.
Yeah, I still haven't been to a match. I still haven't been out there to Hard Health Park. I need to go. I'm BSing. I know it's all on me. But even my daughter asked me, Dad, when are we going to go to a match? When are we going to go? And so I'm going to look at their schedule and set it up. I need to get out there.
Mm-hmm. You want to go out there tonight when Alan Stiles is the PA announcer.
Oh, dude, so I could throw lemons at him or something like that. Boo! Get off the field. Boo! Stiles. That dude.
He's ubiquitous. He's everywhere.
Dude, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
What's it? He's doing one in Oakland or something, too?
He's done some Oakland Ballers
stuff.
Oakland
Ballers? I'm like, don't he got a newborn at home? Like a young kid or something? Yeah. like seriously, Simone. I understand hustling, grinding, making money, supporting the family. I get it. But dang, bro.
I think he's got a structure in place. I'm sure his child is well taken care of.
I'm not saying she's not. I'm not saying the baby's not. I was just saying that's
why he's doing all these things.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Maybe he doesn't, he's like, I got to get out the house. This crying is too much, but I'm just saying. He's out there grinding, though.
Have you ever heard that about, Lincoln was a great president, and I've heard it suggested that his wife was like, she would get after him to this point where that's why he was always working. He didn't want to be, I don't know if that's even true. It's one of the things I've heard. I don't know.
That's the myth out there.
Lincoln was a princess.
Well, thank goodness. Salute to her. She making him get out
right.
the house.
Right.
Yeah, so many.
Exactly.
What are you doing around here? Get out. President. Get out there, do something. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Speaking of the USA, USA against Canada tonight. No Kawhi. Kawhi's out. Derek White in.
Derek White's in.
Some are suggesting, although I think those who are suggesting it are people that, the people like, I don't know, I need somebody to look at what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Derek White's no good. He shouldn't be on the team there.
What's interesting about that, and, Jason Tatum, I think he remarked about it. People that say that, clearly haven't watched the last 2 months of the playoffs and what, Derek White brings to the team. I'm totally fine with Derek White being there. First of all, Team USA is not an all-star team, especially when you look at recent years. And so remember, our boy JaVale McGee was on the team last Olympics. JaVale McGee wasn't an all-star.
Yeah.
You need certain guys to play certain roles. And Derek White isn't a guy that comes in with an ego, isn't a guy that thinks he's the man, doesn't demand shots, doesn't demand playing time. So I actually think it's a perfect addition.
The only thing that's funky about it to me, and I'm not saying it's a bad move, but Kawhi's out. Well, we need to replace him with Derek White. Okay, Derek White's fine, but he's nothing like Kawhi
Different
Leonard.
players.
That's the only thing. Yeah.
I wonder, because you got a guy like Jaylen Brown, Finals MVP, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, at the height of his career. How come he didn't get the call to go? And I wonder if it's because Team USA, the people in charge, thought, maybe he was too much of an offensive player, meaning, if he got in, the way he plays, a lot of one-on-one, that kind of thing, maybe he wouldn't fit in the team structure. I don't know if that's the case or not, but Derek White is just a solid role player that, Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday's not one of the top 12 players in the U.S., but he's a glue guy, a guy that does the dirty work, and I think that's why they chose Derek White.
I think the rules should be such that when a member of Team USA leaves or is out or whatever, you take somebody from Team Select.
Right. How come you didn't? Yes. They could have pulled somebody up. I agree.
Keegan. At least Peyton Pritchard.
How about Cooper Flagg? Some people are saying
that would have been great.
Some people are saying Cooper Flagg. Yeah. Why? This dude's, doing well in the workouts and everything, and he's going to be a future member of Team USA. Why not him?
Yeah, because this team should be good enough, no matter who's filling that spot.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. And no, I'm with you. Like, why do you have the select team then if you're not going to promote somebody from the select team to the big league club? And but Derek White, I do believe he was on Team USA. Was it last year? At the FIBA World Cup. I'll have to look it up. So I do think he has some international experience with Team USA.
The Kawhi situation is interesting because it's not clear when you read up on it why he's out. And officially it's Team USA and Steve Kerr decided, we saw him working out and he's not ready to go. The Clippers, by rule, they can't prevent their player from playing. But they got a new arena opening up. You have to think on some level they were concerned if, Kawhi's limping through the Olympics, they would not want him playing through that and risking coming to camp injury.
Yeah, think about it.
The poor guy's he's always hurt anyway.
Think about it. Game 1 at the Intuit Dome and your star player is hurt.
Let's be honest, there's a good chance that's going to happen.
A good chance that's going to happen. Yeah, you're right. And here's the thing about Kawhi. He's 33 years old. And when I look at his career, remember, there was a point in his career where people thought he was better than LeBron, like on that same level. He was, was the kryptonite to LeBron James Superman. But if you look at 68 games this past season, 52 the season before, missed an entire season before that.
68 is a ton for him.
That's a ton for
him. Yeah.
In fact, 68 is the most he's played since 2016-17.
And he broke down. He couldn't handle that load.
Exactly. Yeah, it's amazing, because he's going to be a Hall of Famer, Whitey. He's going to be a first ballot guy, but his career could have been so much better. And I wonder how much of it was real injuries, and I believe he's been hurt the whole time, but him not gutting through it or pushing himself through it.
Well, you're talking about the situation that led to him leaving the Spurs.
Yeah, leaving the Spurs, the way he was treated there, the Tony Parker situation with it, and it just his uncle Dennis, who apparently, has a big say in his career. And I just wonder, like, he could have been a top 20 player of all time, a top 30 player. I do believe he's, on NBA's top 75 always, but he could have been so much better than what he was.
Yeah, if you took him at his best, you took everyone at their best, he's right up there. He just wasn't able to stay there very long. Right?
Right, exactly. Like at his peak,
yeah.
Yes, he would be up there. Like I said, he outdueled LeBron. He won Finals MVP as a member of the Spurs because of his defensive ability against LeBron James, and he dethroned Steph Curry in them. And I understand that team was banged up, but at his peak, he was unstoppable. He had one of the most, I would say, the most iconic shot in Raptors history against the Sixers that year too. And so, great player, great career, but it could have been so much more.
Yeah, and remember when he went to the Clippers and they got Paul George? It's like, this is the best team in the NBA.
Exactly. And
then they couldn't stay on the court together during the regular season. Yeah. So then they'd get into the postseason and they didn't know how to play together.
Chemistry and everything.
And they were good, but not good.
They thought they could just turn it on. All right, we're ready now, but that's not the case. Before we get to break, I got some maybe the text of the day.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody just texted 916-339-1140 on the text line. Maybe the greatest text in the history of our show.
Can we just put it at the top of the leaderboard today and give people a chance to match it?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. I say this is number one.
Okay.
It's not questioned. All right. You want to hear it now?
Yeah.
All right. Whitey, heard you got the same SAT score as Herschel Walker.
Ooh. I don't know what his SAT score was.
The customer you're trying to reach is not available.
Dude,
did he not do well in his SAT?
No, I think what was it? His Wonderlic or something, like whatever it was way back. Like it was epically bad. Like it was, I think there was some questions whether how could he read really and everything. So it's a shot at you, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it is. It's a shot at you, And so, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would say that's the greatest we've ever gotten in the history of the show.
All right, maybe in the last 5 minutes. How about that? The best one in the last 5 minutes.
Let's see what Brandon has to say on Sacktown Sports. Hello, Brandon. How are you?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
I just want to touch on the Kawhi thing real quick while you guys are talking about it. It's a shame. Even this last year, for a portion of the year, he was playing MVP caliber basketball, and I feel like it's not quite a Penny Hardaway deal, but I do feel like we missed out on what could have been maybe one of the better players to ever play the game. Just got shortened a little bit by all these injuries. But my question to you guys is, if you're the Clippers, did they make the right choice by hanging on to him and Harden, or do you think that maybe Paul George was the route they should have gone? And where are they at now this upcoming season as far as standings go?
That's a great question. Yeah, that's a great. Like, who do you choose, Kawhi or Paul George?
I think they banked on the better player. Kawhi's a better player, and they just hoped he'd be healthy, which is kind of foolish.
Right.
But they made that decision first, right? They did that way out.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't think it was an either or in their mind.
Yeah.
I think they were hoping Paul George decided to stay. And when he didn't like their offer, that's when things changed. And so maybe if they had to do it over again in hindsight, maybe, you pay Paul George instead of Kawhi. But you also got to look at, they re-signed James Harden. I feel like James Harden and Kawhi might be a better 1-2 than James Harden and Paul George.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Herschel Walker claimed a lot of things academically that weren't true. I don't know how that relates to his SAT scores, but I guess that's what that person's getting at.
Yeah. When he was running for governor down there or a senator down there in Georgia, but also even like, when he came out of college and everything, there was some big.
It's okay. I don't think it's that great. They didn't even put their name on it.
Right. I know they're still listening. So, follow up. Explain yourself, if you will.
That's kind of funny. That's fine. Yeah. Guess who's Team USA's best shooter? Steph Curry, right? So who does he say is the best shooter besides him?
Ooh.
Think about it. We've got the answer when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here. He's
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I'm Craig Ashton of the Injury Law Firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, even though Brent Rooker was certainly deserving with his 18 homers and 54 RBIs, the A's electric closer Mason Miller is the team's representative in the All-Star game. Now, he joins a list of 5 other Oakland rookies who have been named to the team over the years. Names like Wayne Gross, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Andrew Bailey, and Ryan Cook.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay to store bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And, of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And, as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
July 4th savings explode at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
July 4th savings up to $12,000 off Silverado exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer and 7/31/24.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sacktown Sports.
I got a Kings question for you before we get to Team USA and Steph Curry. as you look at the Kings right now, and as we continue to celebrate DeMar DeRozan, what do you think the Kings' single biggest roster question mark is right now? You have time to address it. I'm not
question mark.
Yeah, we look
need
at the roster.
or like
same thing. Need or that's just.
How about this forward depth?
Like
the four or five man, big man depth, if you will. That's
I think most people say that too.
What you got? You got something? You going somewhere with this?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah,
I'm not.
That's what I was saying. It's forward depth.
I agree. It's just interesting that most people say variations of that. Like I'm one of the people say, oh, they need a 4. But a lot of people say, oh, they need more size. They need a rim protector.
Yeah.
But we're all pretty much right there. And that's why if it's that obvious, I believe they're working on that right now as feverishly as they can.
How about this? I believe they have somebody in the back pocket already. They have a deal they know they can make right now.
See, I think that might be the Kuzma deal.
You think it's Kuzma? I think it's my boy John Collins. I think that's in the back pocket. Because
John Collins is in the back pocket. He's like,
dude, John
in
Collins,
the attic.
Dog. If I walked into the casino and John Collins was in my back pocket like my wallet is, I pull him out, put him on the blackjack table, and say, "I'm all in."
I agree with you. It's a deal that they could make. I just don't.
Right.
I don't. To me, it's not back.
No,
pocket.
I'm saying I think they know they can make that deal if they want.
Yes,
like they could get that. I don't think the Kyle Kuzma thing. I think it was, but I think when they signed DeMar or got DeMar, I think they've pivoted off of Kyle Kuzma as a priority.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying, that's a move they need to make. I agree with the way you framed it. Like, that's a deal that has been there for them.
Yes.
And I think now they look at that one and go,
well, we don't have to do that one, right? That one can stay over there. Yeah, exactly. But they got to do something, right? And here's the thing, Whitey. The problem with where the Kings are is, and we talked about this yesterday, all the really good free agents are gone. Sure, you could go out there and get a Precious Achiuwa, but is he starting, and how much, of an upgrade, like how much of an impact will he make? So I think whatever move they make, if we're talking about a starting caliber player, it's going to have to come by way of trade. Sure, you can go out and get Precious Achiuwa. You can go out and get, our boy Harry Giles or somebody like that. But if we're talking about a contributor, somebody that's going to play 25 to 30 minutes a night, I think it's going to have to come by way of trade.
What's your sense of how close they ever came on Lauri Markkanen?
I don't think it was close. I don't think it was close. And here's why. The players that they were, rumored to be floating out there. I'm talking about HB. We saw you, maybe Kevin. I don't think Danny had any interest in those guys, especially at their contracts. Maybe the picks, yes. But when you look at Lauri Markkanen, and I was thinking about this earlier driving in, do a lot of thinking when I'm driving. I think all the time. That's my problem. I'm always thinking. But with Lauri Markkanen, I view what Danny Ainge is trying to do like OKC did with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander when they acquired Paul George, traded out Paul George. They got Shai Gilgeous and picks. Well, when they trade Donovan Mitchell, when they trade Rudy Gobert, Lauri Markkanen was their Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So now you use the picks, whatever assets you have to surround Lauri Markkanen. I don't think you tear it down even more to the studs, because Lauri Markkanen is still a very young player, still a very, capable player. And so I think Danny's, unless you blow him away with Keegan Murray and picks, I don't think he'll trade Lauri.
Anthony Slater wrote that the Kings' offer for Lauri Markkanen was, as he put it, an exploding offer, which is, and we don't know what the offer was. There's reports out there. Someone offered 3 number ones.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to be I don't know who that was, but of course, Danny Ainge. He's the one that established 4 as the price for a player like that. But anyway, Anthony Slater wrote that it was an exploding offer. That is, the Kings needed to know by at a certain point. So it's like last week. We don't know. Fine, but it's not there anymore.
Right.
We're pivoting now.
Right.
We're doing something else. We're getting DeMar DeRozan.
Right. And I believe that. I believe when you look at the pecking order, I believe Markkanen was probably at the top of their list, and, once they knew they had a shot at DeMar DeRozan, DeMar's not going to wait around till you figure out what's happening with Lauri Markkanen.
Right.
It's like, nah, let's make this decision. And so I do think the Kings were kind of on the clock to get something done. And once they saw, Danny didn't meet their deadline or whatever it is, all right, we're all in on DeMar now.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Markkanen was probably their first choice, their top priority.
I'll bet you Danny has seen, well, obviously he's seen Cooper Flag, but he's just trying to figure out how can I keep Lauri and still not be that good this year, so we got as many shots as possible at him, and then we'll make our move.
Yeah. I need to look up their draft picks because, I think, obviously they're well-stocked, but whose picks do they have next season? I do believe their picks are, one of their picks is going in a trade somewhere. All right, I got Utah Jazz right here, Whitey. Stand by right here.
Standing by.
All right, so they have a 2025 first-round pick from Cleveland, 2025 first-rounder from Minnesota.
All right. Yeah.
So
that was for, obviously, Donovan Mitchell and for Gobert.
So, but their own 2025 first-round pick goes to Oklahoma City, but it's 1 through 10 protected. Yeah, so that'll probably they'll keep that, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting if Lauri Markkanen is doing a lot of load management this year. We know why. Like if he's late game scratch or something, like, oh yeah, they're tanking for Cooper Flag, and so yeah, you're right though. But like if you're really trying to ensure yourself a better chance at that number 1 pick, probably trade Lauri, take it down to the studs, and bottom out.
Yeah, unless you figure, wow, we are going to need him when we get our really good player.
Yeah.
He's going to be a great, 1A.
Yes.
But then that's difficult. How do you keep him and then keep the team from winning a lot of games, which, well, they did that last year. Back to Team USA. Steph Curry was talking to reporters at training camp on Sunday, and he was asked who's the best shooter on the roster besides himself. Do you know who he said? Who would you say? Whether you know what he said or not, what would your answer be?
On Team USA?
Yeah.
I would probably say Kevin Durant or Devin Booker.
Yeah. Steph Curry said, I've seen it up close and personal for those 3 years we played together. He says Kevin Durant. Yes.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of shooters all over the floor. Let's see here. KD, he's a knockdown shooter from wherever.
Yes. He really is. And I've been watching some videos posted of him, and just, there's a how-to video that he did, and it shows off his footwork and what he's thinking when a defender does this and that. And that dude is an offensive genius. He's probably up there with, people compare him to Iceman or something. Nah, but Iceman didn't have, the range. Like KD can score at all 3 levels. Like he's maybe the best offensive player skill-wise that we've ever seen. The total package, can get to the bucket, mid-range, shoot the 3. I mean, he's tremendous, man. And the fact that he's 35 years old, we just talked about this, and still doing it at such a high level. The only thing that's derailed him has been injuries in his career. But he's lethal, man. I think he's underrated.
I do too.
You know how I feel about him.
You know how I feel about him. We don't need to go there again.
He ain't on the level of Kobe now. He's not Kobe Bryant, Whitey, but I can make the argument Kevin Durant's a top 20 player in the history of the league.
I would agree with you. Yeah. Speaking of shooting, I heard this on Styles and Watkins today. I didn't know this. Maybe you know. Jordan McLaughlin.
Yeah.
It's like the other guy the Kings signed when they got DeRozan. Last year, he took 89 3-pointers. Okay, that's not a ton in 56 games. Do you know how many he made? Jordan McLaughlin took 89 3-pointers last year. Take a guess how many he made.
So that's 90, 45, 27.
42.
Dang.
He made 42 out of 89 threes. He shot 47%.
Wow. Obviously, he didn't qualify for, games played and all that, but wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, it didn't take a lot for his career. 38%, 36%. 32, 31, and then 47%.
So he might be trending up and trending in the right direction. I like it.
When we come back, whatever the Kings are going to do next, why it might be on hold for a bit with the Drive Guys. Sacktown Sports, right back.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's alsco.com.
Slash presents Serpent Festival, a celebration of the blues. Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley, starring Slash, Warren Haynes Band, Samantha Fish,
Y'all guesses like a death wish.
and Eric Gales. It's gonna be a steep climb. Don't miss an all-star night of blues, Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com. Serpent Festival.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me what's happening for Chrysler's Make This the summer sales event.
Everywhere you go, things are getting more expensive. But at Hoblet, we're working to save you as much as we can, which is why right now you can save up to $15,500 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn or Laramie Hemi 4x4s. And we figured why not include no payments for 90 days.
You guys are going all out this month, aren't you?
From the time my grandfather opened the first Hoblet dealership back in 1949, one thing we've strived for is to treat you like family. That's why you'll find the big city selection and savings with over 400 Rams available, but the small town care and attention when you buy from Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$15,500 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 1500s after $8,500 factory rebates and $7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualify. And $500 first responder cash for current members of the eligible First Responder Association. At least 5 of this net savings, sample VIN 190060. See dealer for details.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTK-AM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140
or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Thanks for being with us today. We're having fun. It's just been a fun week, hasn't it?
It really has, yes. The California Classic, the whole vibe there. Summer League approaching. It's a good day, a good time to be a Kings fan right now.
And I'm not sure the fireworks are finished. Hollinger was writing in the Athletic. I don't know if he wrote it today. I saw it today. Says there's really two big trade seasons in the offseason. Big parts of the offseason and trade seasons. You got the one leading right up to the draft, and then you got the one after free agency is settled, which is where we are now. Because you got teams signing free agents, and as you've said, Kyle, most of them are signed now. There's still a few out there. Now teams are looking at the roster, taking a deep breath. Okay, what do we got? And then they're evaluating where they are and what they need to do before camps open. So teams are still looking to deal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, think about it. The Drew Holiday deal last year, came very late in the season. The Dame Lillard situation wasn't resolved till, August or whatever it was. And so I do still think there's going to be some movement, for the Sacramento Kings before too long.
That's one of the things that's different about this year, and I hadn't realized that. Hollinger wrote about it. We don't have anybody right now, any big names in the NBA holding their teams hostage. Like Harden last year or Dame. We've gotten so accustomed to it. It's like, no one's doing that.
You're right about
Lowry he's a big name that might get traded, but he's not demanding
a
trade.
He's not doing that. I'm trying to think. What about Jimmy Butler? I don't know if he's demanding anything, but could he be a guy on the move? Maybe. There were some rumors about him. And so things are a little too quiet right now, I feel like. It's like we had the free agency, the draft, and there was a lot of buzz. And you know how it is too, Whitey. After Summer League, things quiet down for about a month or so. And so I'm hoping, we get some more sparklers or fireworks here soon for the Kings.
Yeah, well, I think it's August 6th. I'll double check. I think that's the date. It's a big day for all of this because that is the first date the Jazz can sign him to an extension with a salary bump built in using their cap space. And it's also the last date they could sign him and still have him trade eligible on the date of the February 6th trade deadline. So the Jazz want to know exactly what they're doing with Markkanen when they wake up that morning, and it looks like a lot of things could fall into place there. For example, and you were talking about everybody kind of being on hold, waiting for Markkanen. The Kings now moved off of that, but you still got the BI. There's kind of the pecking order, right? Like Brandon Ingram, Kuzma maybe, Jeremy Grant also. If those teams want to trade those guys, they have to wait because some of the teams that might be interested in those guys are like, yeah, we'll get back to you. We're waiting to see what happens with Larry Markkanen.
Well, their assets are tied up pretty much, right? Like they've made their pitches, they've made their proposals, and so if you got 3 first-round draft picks and a couple of players out there for Markkanen, you're trying to wait and see. Is that going to happen? Is that going to, and then if it doesn't, like the Kings sort of did, they pivoted to DeMar. Then maybe you pivot to Brandon Ingram or Jimmy Butler or somebody like that.
I think that's one of the smartest things the Kings did in all this. It's like, Danny, you want to do something? We need to know now or we're not doing it. All right, great. All the best. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Because he's playing teams. He's really good at playing teams like a fiddle. Is he doing that now? Really I don't know, but we know that when he wants to, he's really good at that.
Well, and that's the thing about Danny. When you look at the deals he's made, most of the time, and I can't even think of one instance where he didn't win the deal. Go back to Boston, the deal with, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and the Brooklyn Nets, the pick swap with the Philadelphia 76ers. He played them like a fiddle. Even the Rudy Gobert trade, and Gobert's worked out fine in Minnesota, but people are like 5 first-round picks or whatever it was for Rudy Gobert.
That first year, people were saying this is one of the worst trades
ever.
Exactly.
Donovan Mitchell trade. He got a Larry Markkanen and picks from the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so he usually wins most of the big deals that he's done, it seems like.
I am a little surprised that he's still kind of spinning his wheels there and they haven't made a move yet. They haven't, tried to make a serious move in the West. I thought, this year they're going to make their move, and it looks like they're not. And from what I've seen on social media, from what you can tell on there, I think there are some Jazz fans that are starting to say, all right, he wins all these trades, so what? You got to win more games.
Right.
But I think he's biding his time.
And I think also Danny's looking at the bigger picture, which we talked about last segment, the Cooper Flag sweepstakes.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of players in next year's draft. It's supposed to be one of the top, Ace Bailey, a small forward, Dylan Harper, a point guard. Like, there are a lot of players that, are supposed to be franchise changing. And when you look at it, Whitey, the Jazz might have 3 first-round picks. They're going to have theirs because they're going to be 1 through 10. It's lottery protected. They'll keep their pick. They got the Minnesota pick, which is, I think, top 1 protected. So it's going to convey. And the Cleveland pick. So they got 3 first-round picks. And even if they don't get number 1, let's say they get number 6, they could theoretically package those picks to try to move up. Like, they're going to get a franchise-altering, franchise-changing stud next year.
Well, I still think there's a really good chance the Kings do something, maybe not as big, probably not as big as DeRozan, but something significant. They recognize the flaws in the roster better than most of us do. I just think, given the situation and everything that's going on in the NBA right now, especially as it relates to marketing, they're going to have to wait a little bit. It's going to take some time to sort itself out.
Yeah, sort itself out. Let me ask you this, though. As it stands now, where are the Kings? Like, how much better are they? Because we're hyping up the DeRozan signing. We both love it. Everybody loves it. In terms of wins, 46 last year. Are they a 53-win team, you think? It's interesting because they won 46 last year, Whitey, but really they should have won like 49. So which Sacramento Kings team are we going to get this upcoming season?
I think the Kings are still, the last 2 years, 48, 46, it seemed like night and day, but those numbers are pretty similar. I think they're closer to 48 than 46, but I still think they need to do something more to get into the 50 range. And I know you got them winning 50 easy.
Yeah, I got them at 51, 52, something like that, because I think they gave away some games last season. Why we talked about that? And it's going to happen this season. It always happens in the NBA. Look at Denver late in the season against San Antonio, losing that game. You're going to lose to teams you should beat. Yeah. Everybody does it. But it seems like the Kings did it more. I think with a DeMar DeRozan, you won't lose as many of those games. And you'll beat some of the teams probably that you like, the Pelicans, for instance. If you play the Pelicans 4 times, 3 or 4, you got to get at least one. I think DeMar DeRozan helps you with that. So I think he's going to make about a 5-game difference this upcoming season.
By the way, sidebar, who's the center for the Pelicans right now? Do they even have one?
No, they just signed somebody. They just got somebody. Let me hold up here.
We're back with that.
Yeah, I got it.
The Pelicans signed at center when we come right back. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spa's Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool has been put away. Now is the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
What do you think of this, Drapes? From Boombox Benny. Danny Ainge is the guy on the motorcycle splitting lanes like a bleep.
All right, Boombox. I didn't think that happened, but yeah, you might be right.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We'll get to the phones in a moment, but first, here's Kyle Draper with the center. I had seen this. The center that the Pelicans have signed.
Drum roll, please. Daniel Tice. Tice is nice. Yeah. Tice, baby.
Good luck with that.
I know. Yeah.
Nice.
I think he's a backup. I think,
Addition?
Yeah, I think they still need somebody. Yeah.
You ever open cards with your son or your daughter and you get an autograph card?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got a Daniel Tice autograph? That's my guy, man.
Like,
don't.
I got an autograph card.
I love Daniel Tice. That's my guy, man. I love Daniel Tice. You know, the worst, though, is at least Tice is an NBA player, a guy I've heard of at least. The ones that, you never hear of again, they never really play. Like, it's like they say 2 autographs per box, and it's like some undrafted guy or something like that.
Monte Morris ones.
Okay, all right.
Sold that. Got a Larry Nance Jr.
All right, nothing wrong with that.
And the one that excited me that is probably worthless is Harold Miner.
Baby Jordan.
Yes.
Dang. If you would have sold it back then at the height of his powers.
Yeah, but I just got it recently.
You just got it.
Like, who? Yeah. Oh, and Aaron Aflalo I got. Tried to sell it. Could not.
You can't like, how much would you try and sell it for even? Like $5?
Yeah, I think I tried.
Yeah,
that
and
was
no takers. No takers. You know what? I was going through some of my old baseball cards, and I got this old Raleigh Fingers card way back, tops. But it's only worth like $8 or something like that. And, we had Imran on, and you tell me, because you're a big collector, does everything need to be graded? Like, if you're trying to sell something, like.
I had somebody from Beckett once. I wrote to them, and Imran, I'm sure I could talk to him too, but the guy said, if the card's not worth, I think he said 40. He said, if it's not worth $40, it's not worth getting graded because it costs, let's say you spend about that to get it graded and the card's worth $20. You're like losing
what do you
money.
Gain? Yeah. All right. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah. All right.
That's one school of thought. But
okay.
Yeah, we'll have to check with
Imran about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk to Dylan. Check with Dylan here on Sacktown Sports. Dylan, how are you?
What's happening, guys? Hey, if you're only getting 8 for a Raleigh Fingers, you definitely ain't getting 5 for that Aflalo, bro.
You're right about that. You're right.
But my theory with the Kings is you can look at the roster. We're obviously guard heavy, and the forwards we do got are mostly, in my opinion, small forwards. I mean, I don't know. I guess depends on how you see them, but I think we need forwards. And if we were just going to go sign some mid-level guys or some veteran minimum guys, we would have done that quick before the talent pool starts drying up. So my theory is they're obviously they're still fishing for a trade, whether or not they get nothing done. I think they're still looking. And to me, I think they're just trying to wait it out on that Kyle Kuzma and tell him, look, you're not getting 2 first. You want 2 first. I mean, Kevin Huerter's a pretty good player. Maybe we throw you a first. Maybe you get a young piece. I don't know. But I just think they're trying to wait it out on that and get them to come up off of that 2 first asking price.
All right. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate that. So Dylan is still chilling with Kyle Kuzma.
He's still on that, huh?
Or at least he thinks the Kings are.
Yeah. And you know what? Monty West, Paul, Phil, they all do a great job. But I hope Kyle Kuzma isn't the guy. Like, I'm sorry. It just.
Wouldn't you rather him than nothing, though? Or this gets back to the conversation we were having before we knew DeRozan was coming here. Remember, a lot of those guys I was saying I didn't want them, but then I got to the point where anybody would be, an upgrade.
I guess. Really well. I guess. But I go back to a point I made last week or 2 weeks ago. Where is Keegan Murray in the pecking order right now? Would you say currently constructed? Where's Keegan Murray in the offensive pecking order?
He'd be 5th
right now.
Don't we have Fox? Sabonis
ahead of Keegan
DeRozan.
In the offensive?
Well, he gets more touches, so yeah, he scores more. So yeah.
All right.
I would say so.
Malik ahead of him too.
Yeah.
DeRozan.
Mm-hmm.
You bring in Kuzma. So we're talking now 6th. This is our number 4 draft pick. We're, making him a glorified role player. That's not going to happen. Because if he's your 6th option, why didn't you just go out there and get Lauri Markkanen? Like, if he's your 6th option, why don't you use him to get a player of a Lauri Markkanen ilk?
You may be right. I see what
you see
you're
the
saying,
logic I'm talking here.
Yes, but I'm not looking at it that way. I'm saying, look, if the team is good, I'm not that worried about where Keegan is in the pecking order. Although, as you suggest, how that affects his development. I know that's really important.
Right, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If all you view Keegan is the 6th best offensive option on a championship team, why is he untouchable? You know what I mean?
Speaking of, I know Simone has another Tim Legler somewhere.
Oh, does
we,
she? Okay.
we were talking about Tim Legler, who thinks this is a great trade for the Kings. One of the things we haven't heard on him from yet today is Tim Legler on how DeMar DeRozan's acquisition could impact Keegan Murray going forward.
I think so, but I do think he's got areas of improvement with his catch and shoot 3 still to come, and that could be more opportunities there. And if the shot quality is better because of the amount of attention now that you've got to give other people, you might see him have an incredible year shooting the basketball because the looks are going to be cleaner. So maybe he's got a little bit more reliance on the 3-point shot solely than he did before. But look, what are you going to do? DeMar DeRozan's a better player, and he plays a certain way. So when you've got 4 deep in terms of your top guys, one of those guys is going to have to do a lot more catch and shoot. And that, in this case, is going to have to be Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
Which plays to his strengths, right? That's, we saw his rookie year, how great he was at the catch and shoot. I just, in my opinion, I want to see Keegan maximize his potential.
I understand what you're saying. The way it sets up now and the way Tim Legler described it, he's a camp out in the corner.
Right,
kid.
camp out in the corner guy. And we've been told he could do much more than that. And so I get, if you make a move for Kuzma, it's almost chips all in right now. Like, I think if you bring in, let's say it's Beef Stew, let's say it's Portis, let's say it's my boy John Collins, who's at the top of my list. Like, I feel like you have a longer sustained, how should I put this, chance of competing, because I think Keegan will continue to develop and won't be stymied or stifled or, plateau. Like, the worst thing to me is if Keegan just becomes a catch and shoot kind of 3-point guy.
But doesn't John Collins also, he needs the ball a lot to be effective, doesn't he? I mean, he's also that kind of player. I mean, he's not like I'll give you 11 points a game and 14 rebounds. That's the type, those are pretty high numbers.
Right.
But I think we agree. To me, that's the type of guy that would be a really good fit, like Beef Stew. But to me, Collins is more of an offensive mind. I think some of the same things that you're talking about with Kuzma that I agree with, I think they would apply a little bit to a lesser extent, but still would apply to Collins as well.
Well, I think Collins' offensive game is more refined and better than Beef Stew. But I'm looking at Collins' numbers right here. 15 points per game on 11 shots per game. That's not that many shots.
You're right. That's not.
That's Harrison Barnes.
That was that
a couple of years ago.
That was last year?
Last year in Utah. Year before that, final season in Atlanta, 10 shots a game. Year before that, 12 shots. Year before that, 12 shots. Mind you,
you're right.
8.5 rebounds in just 28 minutes last. So if he plays 32 minutes, and I'm just saying, if we extrapolate, like let's do his, in Basketball Reference, you can look at his per 36. Guess what John Collins per 36 was last season?
I don't know.
19.4 points, 11 rebounds. That's pretty darn good, Whitey.
Those are good numbers.
But
I know you're all about the numbers.
I am. I'm just saying, but it was only, and it would be 14 shots a game. I'm saying he can be effective. He's so efficient, 53% from the field last year, 50.8 the year before, 52.6, 55 point. Like, he's so efficient with his shots. He's not a high volume kind of guy.
You're right. I thought he was a higher volume guy than that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Jacob joining us here. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Hello, Jacob. May I call you Jakob?
Hey, whatever you want, man.
Hey, it's like that. Your mama named you Jacob. We should be called Jacob.
Hey, I'm cool with whatever.
Okay.
I'm just happy to be here, man.
What you got?
What do you got for us?
I got speaking of power forward, I like what you guys are saying about Keegan Murray. I agree. I actually think Keegan's going to have his best year ever with DeMar. I think that Keegan's spacing with DeMar's ISO game is going to be killer. I think it's going to be absolutely lethal. But if we're going to talk about some trade targets for the power forward center position, I think we should be talking about Walker Kessler. They want one first round from him, or one first round pick. It's rumored. I think he would do great on the team.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. We appreciate that. I'm not with you on that particular player. However,
tell me why not. Tell me why not. What do you got there?
Walker Kessler is a 7-foot center, right?
Yes.
And he's one of those guys to me that's a big guy that probably doesn't pair well with
Domas. Yeah. I'm looking at, his numbers.
Zach Edey, by the way, destroyed him.
And Walker Kessler does not take 3-point shots.
Yeah.
Like, he does not take outside shots.
I don't know if it's right, but I subscribe to that theory that just like when he played with Miles Turner, if Domas is going to play with another big, it's got to be somebody who can stretch the floor.
Right. And I would say this too, Whitey. When you bring in a guy like DeMar DeRozan, who's not a 3-point shooter, Domas, not a 3-point shooter, I don't know if you can add another person that doesn't stretch the floor. Like, whoever it is, whether it's, Collins or Brook Lopez, or somebody has to, be able to hit an open shot, and the defense has to be able to respect them from 17 and out. Walker Kessler, I don't think fits that bill, to your point.
And he took a little bit of a step back last year, didn't he? Which is not unusual
Yeah,
for a second-year player.
His numbers were down from his rookie year. Same amount of minutes, too. I'm not sure what that was about. What's interesting, dang.
He was looking like a steal.
I didn't know this about him, Whitey. He played 74 games his rookie year, started 40 of them. Last year, 64 games, started 22. John Collins got the start. My boy Kelly Olynyk, most of the year got the start. And so, yeah, he sort of fell out a little bit.
When we come back, we'll get back to the phones at 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. And we'll tell you who the winner of this year's Free Agent Oops Award is. One of those turning down this much for that much. Oops. Next, Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
It's taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino. With 18 elevated restaurants, bars, and lounge destinations that include SR Prime Steakhouse, 32 Brews, Dragon Boat, and The Market. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun and experience the height of hospitality. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
You don't want to miss the Kia Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to drive home in a brand new Kia with leases starting as low as $169 per month, plus bonus cash. Whether you're eyeing the stylish Kia Soul, the versatile Kia Sportage, the luxurious Telluride, or the efficient Kia Forte, we've got the perfect model to fit your lifestyle and budget. Come into Kia Vacaville today and experience our incredible selection of vehicles, outstanding customer service, and unbeatable deals. Kia Vacaville's friendly and knowledgeable staff are here to help you find your dream car and to make the entire process seamless and enjoyable. Imagine cruising through this summer to Tahoe or the beach in a brand new spacious Kia, making memories with family and friends. Don't wait. These deals won't last long. Visit Kia Vacaville today and turn your dream into reality. Make this summer one to remember with a new Kia from Kia Vacaville. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
If you've been on the American River, it's uphill, it's downhill. There's trails everywhere that you can walk, and it just makes you happy. And I couldn't walk, and it was terrible. I was turning into a real crab. I went to the Good Feet store and I tried on the arch supports. I could not believe that I was not in pain. I can walk, I can run, I can jump, I can do anything. My name's Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
The Good Feet Store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
This segment is brought to you by Kia Vacaville. Check them out at kiavacaville.com.
Sacktown Sports. Check us out on YouTube. Search Sacktown Sports and subscribe.
Just real quick, a thank you to Premier Pools and Spas. And I don't have the pleasure of knowing the people there. I know they're advertising on the station now, which we appreciate. I'm telling you, when we moved into the house where we are now, it had a pool, and it was there when we moved in. So
yeah,
Premier Pools and Spas didn't build it. I don't know who built it, but I'm telling you, especially now when it's so hot, it's like the novelty of having a pool. It does not wear off when you live in Sacramento. It is so awesome.
You trying to get a deal?
No, I'm trying to get people to go get pools built because they're incredible.
Okay, all right. You name dropping there though. You
they
pulling a
advertise on the
You pulling a draper there. All right.
I already
okay,
have a pool,
all right,
so it's not like they can come build me a pool.
I don't know.
I already
Upgrade it or
have
something
one.
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I need a pool.
Awesome.
I don't have a pool
Great.
yet. Dude, not everybody can afford a pool, Whitey.
Well, you can now at Premier Pools and Spas. But hurry before July 20th. No, I appreciate. I don't remember them doing a lot of advertising on our station before, and I appreciate that.
Oh, you
And
heard
also,
that and was like,
yeah,
oh, this is
and
pretty
it's like
good.
right
Those
now,
are my guys.
You know, it's so right now.
Dude,
it's
I
supposed
could-
to be what 110 plus the next 3 days.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And I was thinking yesterday, as a matter of fact, if I had a pool after work, I would just go lay in it. You know, like I would use it even without the kids. Like I would take a daily swim. I would jump in there.
That's
and
very
so-
Carmichael Dave coded. I think he does that.
Does he really?
Yes.
You guys are so similar.
Never mind. And never mind. I'm never swimming again, right? I'm never so. But seriously, I would be out in the pool. Exactly. I would totally be out in the pool.
I have a pool.
Do you?
It's a kiddie pool. I go sit in it on
That's
my
all right.
balcony. It's
Water's
like
water.
this big. It's like for dogs. or
Water's
something.
water, right? It cools you off.
Yeah. Pool basketball.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
fun.
Yeah. Me and my son have done that over some friend's house and
Don't
slam
have
and
to
dunk.
worry so
in
much
it.
about the knees,
yeah,
the back, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Easier to block shots and stuff like. Get that
Well,
shot out
not
of
at
here.
our house because our rule is you can only block a shot with a pool noodle. So
you're taking all the fun out of it, man. Like
the wingspan, yeah.
What kind of basketball you have? Like what kind of ball?
Well,
like
they're
a
little
beach
bit
ball?
smaller. It's a smaller basketball. The women's size is 28.5. It's smaller than that.
Is it kind of weighted or is it?
It's like a child's basketball.
Okay.
So the hoop's not that big, but the backboard is, pretty much regulation size. It used to have full court, but one of them's out now. So it's like, that's
man,
fun.
You got Olympic size pool in the
No.
Leeson backyard, huh?
No, but that's the only, you can do it full court on the shallow end, which is the way we do it.
Oh, really?
Or because some people say, "Oh, do it on the defense." Like, no, nobody
What's that?
wants,
8 feet? What's your deep? 6?
If I stand on the very bottom and stand my hand like that, the water.
If the water touched there, so that's almost there.
Right.
That's about 8, right, or so.
7,
7 or
plus, whatever.
Yeah, that's no fun. People drowning out there.
Beaters, yeah.
You guys don't like the full noodle defense rule? See, the cool thing, there's only like 2 or 3 noodles. So, like when you're on offense, you have the ball, and then the ball gets stolen. You got to grab a noodle.
I like that.
I dig it.
Okay. The only issue with that, like, my son and his friends, like when they block a shot, they're sending it out. Like, it's like, get that out of here. And then you got to jump out and get it. Yeah. So that takes that away.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's sending a message. You can't send a message with the pool noodle.
You can send a message. It's just kind of
kind of weak, right?
Would you? Yeah.
Don't think about that again.
See, now they outlawed my elephant move.
What's that?
That's when you get the noodle and you fill it with water and it sprays water at the shooter.
Oh my god!
And they said no, that's a flagrant too.
You really do that?
Yes.
Does it work?
Yes.
Oh, at the shooter.
Yeah.
Not at the ball. Okay, I like that though. I actually like that. I like
they
that.
outlawed it. Here's why I'm out on John Collins. Before I say why I am, there's a lot of people on the chat here who are in on John Collins. Somebody, I want to make sure I get the name right. Bill and somebody. Apologize, Bill.
Oh, my guy,
Bill
Bill.
and Amy. Bill and Amy, yeah.
Oh.
Bill and Amy's like, John Collins makes them a contender. So Collins on the Kings makes them a contender. So a lot of people feel that way. So I was trying to think.
That's Monty's burner account, just so you know. That's his burner account.
Because you made some great points about how, he doesn't need the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, unfortunately, now I've lost my cursor. There we go. So I just decided to look it up. It's like, there's something about John Collins. What is it? So I just looked up scouting report John Collins. This came up on Hoops Hype. Freakishly athletic big man who can finish through opponents and above the rim. Also possesses a great skill level. Has the perfect style of play to be a power forward in today's modern NBA. Can space the floor with the 3 and attack the rim hard. So at that point, I'm like,
I'm all in. That's exactly. Got nothing.
Defensively, his impact isn't anywhere near what it should be. Effort on that end wanes, doesn't move feet well on defense, can show bad body language and not show good effort when the team isn't doing well. Now, I don't even know who wrote that, but yeah, he's not a great defender, and I don't have a lot of wiggle room at that end.
So who's the guy then? Give me some. I'm the only one throwing out names here, Whitey.
Well, I've been saying Isaiah Stewart, and then you'd have to trade for him.
But I don't even know if he's a good defender. Like, do we know that? Like, do we know he's a good defender? I think we're just assuming, because his name is Beef Stew, that he can actually guard somebody. I don't know if he can.
Mm-hmm. That's a fair point. I believe he's better than John Collins, but yeah, we'll have to do more research on that. But I'm thinking, as we said yesterday, a bigger body, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking old school 80s, a big guy, Anthony Mason or who's the guy that was Jordan's buddy and Oakley, Charles Oakley.
Charles Oakley, yeah.
Maybe I need more. I need to think more.
This is according to StatMuse, Beef Stew's defensive rating for his career is 114.5. That's not very good.
No,
and he had a defensive rating of 119.5 this season. So I don't know if he's really a great defender, to be honest with you.
Derek Too Shifty says Jeremy Grant, all caps. Jeremy Grant. He makes a lot of money. I don't know if the Kings could.
Yeah, he's at what, 30 million, I think it is, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we're talking about trade. Who are we trading to get sort of let the money match?
Picks and Herder.
But Herder's only at 16. So then you got to Who else? I don't know who else. You got to get up to about 25 million, 26 million to make it work. So, yeah, I think our player trade assets are kind of thin right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you bring in John Collins, and I understand what you're saying, defensively, you're really weak.
Same could be said if you bring in DeMar DeRozan. But my thing
already
is,
have him.
But would you rather have John Collins or nobody? I'm using your question there. How you throw it to me?
Yeah, probably John Collins. Yeah. But I think there's probably better choices. But you're right; it's kind of dwindling.
I don't know who it is. Yeah, and here's the thing: John Collins, his career defensive rating 113.6. Beef Stews. What did I say about Beef Stew? It was 119 last year, 114.5. So about a point difference, not a massive difference. I don't know who that. Ideally, it's a Bobby Portis, ideally. But I don't know who we can get to fill that role, really.
A number of people are in on Dorian Finney-Smith. We hear his name a lot, and Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson is more, he can play both spots. I think he's not a true 4. I'm looking for somebody a little more size.
Yeah.
Especially now with the rest of the roster being what it is. And your guy Collins is a legit, 6'9"?
See, 6'9", but he got like a 7'2" wingspan or 7'3". So, yeah, he's long too. And Cam Johnson, I don't know what Cam Johnson is, really.
I like him a lot, but right now with DeMar DeRozan here, I don't feel like
that's not
who
we, and Cam Johnson, and we're talking about what we need at that 4 spot. He seems to be a nice guy, which is okay. I need a little bit of a dog, a little bit of a enforcer, intimidator. That's why I keep bringing up Portis. Jeremy Grant's not that. My guy John Collins.
I was going to ask you, John Collins.
He can get a little spicy, but he doesn't walk on the court like that. I don't know, man. It's a tough.
You want beef stew?
I'd take him, but
wasn't it LeBron? He went nuts.
Yeah, and LeBron whacked him. And he lost it. Yeah, he went after him in the back and everything. Yeah. He was fired up. So I don't know the answer, to be honest with you, Kings fans.
Let's see if Jason knows the answers. Jason joins us here on Sacktown Sports. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Jason, what's up?
How you doing, guys? So I know you guys are talking about trades and Keegan Murray and all this. First off, I think Keegan Murray. This season, I think he's going to have a breakout season. The reason why is I think DeMar is probably going to mentor him and push him, because like Fox in the beginning, he mentored him, got him to where he is now, and I think DeMar is going to really push him to go beyond what he did in the previous season. So I'm looking forward to that. And then you guys talk about the trades and the whole apron thing, the new apron thing. I think that really killed the trades. All the current free agencies from New Orleans, Jazz, whatever. What they're what people are saying they want, I don't think they're going to get in if they make a trade. So I think it's everybody, all the teams are worried about the apron, and that's affecting trades. I think this trade deadline coming up in the season, I don't think there's going to be that many trades, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to be a big trade. I think the big trade is going to be gone because of the apron thing, and unless the NBA changes that too. But I think going back to Keegan Murray once again, I think he's going to have a hell of a season this year.
All right, Jason.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. By the way, and thank you, Jason, for listening. Anytime someone says, especially if it's someone I don't know, if they say, well, to be honest with you, or I'm going to be honest with you, I always
think they're like,
well, I was assuming you were
right. Have you been lying to?
Exactly. Yeah. Huh. Why is that difficult for you? But anyway, thank you, Jason. We appreciate it. When we come back, haven't gotten yet to the winner of the Oops Award.
Oh yeah.
We'll get back to the phones as well. Phones lighting up.
Yeah, jumping up.
Who is the answer at 4? And is DeRozan's presence going to impact Keegan Murray adversely? That more with the Drive Guys as we roll on next on Sacktown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Whitey here for Napoleon, the Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. Got a workout last weekend with the holiday. It'll get another workout this weekend. I want to remind you, not all gas grills are created equal. So bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meals with that amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers with the features that other grills, they try, but they cannot match it. They're built different, built better, built to last, made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and that lifetime warranty. Right now, $100 off select Napoleon models. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water reel.
The wild-eyed Southern boys are back. 38 special. Rock it into the night. Friday, July 19th at 7:30 at the venue at Thunder Valley. With Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss 38 Special Live.
Kings and Warriors tonight, right now at Chase Center. The Heat playing the Lakers. Going to the free throw line, Bronny James.
My guy, Bronny James. Made a great defensive play a couple minutes ago.
Wow. It looks like an A's
It's
game.
empty in
There's
there.
nobody there.
That's embarrassing. That and you got the Lakers there. I understand maybe no Miami Heat fans, but you got the Lakers and nobody's there at Chase Center right now.
Yeah. Well, it's tough to get to, this time of the day. And I think the Giants I know they're home. They played Toronto last night. I assume that's a night game tonight.
Yeah.
I think they're playing again tonight. So,
But dude,
that's a tough track.
There were more people for the Spurs Team China last night at Golden One Center, right?
I know.
Man, that's embarrassing.
That reminds me of the time I took my two nephews, Connor and Owen, and we went to see Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer. And we were, I think, the only people in the theater.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It has good seats still left out there for that.
But they liked it. It was a good movie.
Verlad and I just earlier this year, I think we were the only people in IMAX, a huge theater, and we
Wow.
saw Madam Web, which was awful.
Oh, man.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't even know what that
Madam
is.
Web, it's
Yeah.
a Marvel Cinematic Universe, but man, they've taken a step down.
So like Spider-Woman kind of?
Yeah,
sort of?
yeah, exactly. And she's got spider ladies that she's in charge of. It's crazy. It's not good.
Oh, Bronny, a little floater. Hope didn't make it.
People are coming after us, Drapes, on the chat.
After us or you?
Next line. Well, really you. When I said us, I'm being nice.
We're a team.
Yeah. About, come on. And I lost it here. I think Simone posted it up here. Somebody said, come on, Drapes. Colin sucks. Beef stew sucks. And I didn't see the rest of it. But
Is it Willie Bowen that said it? Because then he said Bronny sucks. Like, what are we talking about? Sucks? Like, what does that mean? You know?
I don't know, but it is kind of a quandary here for what the Kings are going to do with the 4 spot. Quincy Acey gets a mention. I don't think he's the answer, but I'm sure whatever he's doing these days, he appreciates it.
You know what, Whitey? When I think about it, and it just hit me, out of all the names we're talking about, they all can help the Kings in one form or another. Even my guy, John Collins, would be an upgrade over what we have now. Beef stew, upgrade. Kyle Kuzma, upgrade. Now, fit, and we could talk about, but in terms of talent, and this is something we've talked about for the last month or two, you got to do something. And so even if they went out there and got Kyle Kuzma, I'm not going to be like, oh, what a terrible move. This is a D- move by Monty McNair. I'm going to be like, okay, we got Kuz now. Let's go. Like whoever they bring in, I'm going to be all on board. Would it be my number one choice? Maybe not. But it doesn't mean that it can't work and it hasn't improved the squad.
Mm-hmm.
So as we spitball all of this, there might not be any wrong answers.
And you know that Monty's on a roll right now.
Yeah.
He's on a roll. So if the answer is there, he's going to find it because he's red hot this summer. You know, he's like the hot hand you go to. Not missing any shots. Uh-oh.
Simone.
I'm just trying to bring it to your guys' attention. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just bringing it to your attention.
I offered you use of the Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. I said, if there's anybody at the station I would let use the car, it's my girl Simone. And you put that nonsense up on the YouTube chat?
Because Whitey called for it. I feel like I'm torn back here as the producer.
I appreciate that. I hadn't seen the whole thing.
Oh, you didn't see the whole thing? Okay.
And then when I saw the whole thing, it's like
you cut it off, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
I'll repeat it. Frank Perez, come on, Drapes, get with the program. John Collins sucks. Isaiah Stewart sucks. We're going to have to get rid of you like we got rid of Matt Barnes.
I did not read that last bit either.
You put it up there, Simone. What are you?
Sorry. No, it's really bad. I was looking for the come on, Drapes.
Yeah, we made the same mistakes. I saw only part of it, and then like, ooh, yeah.
We're going to put Frank in a timeout. We'll put him
Does Frank usually chime in? Like the one comment he makes is that. I ain't heard of Frank Perez ever in my life. He throwing shots at me. Thanks for listening, Frank.
Yeah,
I appreciate
that's what Frank's
you
trying to do right there.
Right.
He's like, yeah, it worked. Got him.
As my boy Manny Too Legit said, crazy take, Frank. Thumbs down. Boo.
Real quick before we get back to the phone. No. We're good. We're good.
That upset me.
The winner of the Oops Award is Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin turned down a deal that would have, according to reports, he could have gotten $65 million over the next 5 years to stay with the Heat.
Yeah.
Turned that down, and instead he signs with the Sixers for 4 years and $32 million. Wah, wah. So instead of 32, instead of 65 over 5, 32 over 4, which obviously is still not bad, but leaving a little money on the table there.
Yeah, and I saw an interview he did about that. You know, he talked about, somebody asked him, do you regret? He said, you know, you live and learn. You gamble on yourself, and you hope it pays off, and, you know, you just move on. You don't look back.
Yeah.
Sort of reminiscent of Dennis Schroeder turning down a 4-year, $84 million deal from the Lakers, and then he signed with the Celtics for like $7 million or something like that.
Yeah, Caleb Martin said just certain things didn't work.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things behind the scenes that went on. Ultimately, there was a lot in making that decision. There's a lot that contributed to how everything went, but past is past.
Right.
Can't do nothing about that.
Past is past.
Mm-hmm.
Man, why would you turn down that? Like, it'd be different if Charlotte offered you that or something. Miami's a good organization.
You know,
you've had some success.
Oh, I don't remember the particular. Someone will remember.
Here, in
Bonzi
Sac?
Wells, yeah.
He turned down money in Sac?
Yeah. And he ended up going to the Rockets, and he ended up leaving a ton of money on the table because I remember, and it was something, I don't know, $16 million or something, which then was even more than it is now. And I remember they're playing here and the ball goes out of bounds and there's a quiet moment. Someone says, "Hey, Fonzie, 16 million."
Ouch. Yeah, that hurts. You gamble on yourself and you lose. That's
Bonzi
painful.
was a good player. Bonzi was on our show. We did the morning show here. He was on every week.
Was he?
Every week.
I golf with Bonzi at one of the tournament last year. Yeah, good dude.
That Portland team he was on.
That was a team. That was
really
a team.
Good team. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Here's Art on Sacktown Sports. Hello, Art. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. What's
up, Art?
Can we do? Yeah, what's going on?
I got a perfect player for the Kings.
All right.
Robert Williams.
Ooh, Time Lord.
Mm-hmm. That's Drape's guy.
That's my guy. You know what?
Portland has a bunch of centers, so it's a perfect time to steal him.
I'm with you. I think.
Thank you, Art.
Art, great call. That's the best call of the day so far because I'm a big-time Robert Williams fan. And we've talked about it.
So it's the best call because someone agreed with you.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's
okay.
And how about the best text, remember?
Yes, I do remember that.
You see how this goes, right? You see how this is worked.
But this is the greatest text we've ever gotten.
My bad. I'm sorry. All right, I got to calm down. But here's the thing about Robert Williams, and we know this, fellas and ladies. 6 games with Portland last year. 35 with Boston the year before that. 61, 52, 29, 32. He's never played a full season. The most games he's ever played is 61. If healthy, he's perfect for us.
TR on the chat. Terrible call. Robert Williams has no knees and is hurt all the time.
TR might be right. He might be right. No knee cartilage. Yeah, that's the problem. And I don't know if he can come back from that. I don't know what it would take to get. Like, I wouldn't offer much, 2nd-round pick or something like that. Like, I wouldn't offer up any kind of first-round assets or player assets for the guy.
We mentioned him yesterday, and one of the things I'll always admire about him is he played in the finals against the Warriors when he probably shouldn't have, and maybe he made it worse, but he played in the finals. And at times he played well. He made a difference in some of those games.
Yeah, and the thing about it, too, that season, I think he played 61 games that season. He was, in a defensive player of the year race, most improved player race, but the knees just have never been good for him, man. They loved him in Boston. He was a fan favorite, but he was never on the floor enough.
How many centers did the Blazers have?
They got Ayton, Klingon. They got Robert Williams.
Yeah. I mean, those are
somebody got to move,
legitimate,
right?
Yeah.
And I would think Robert Williams probably be the odd man out. Because, you got Klingon, he's going to be there. Ayton, you can't trade him. You could, but you don't know if Castle, how he's going to pan out. Like, I'd probably keep both of them. And Robert Williams, you don't want him as your backup because you don't know if he's healthy or not.
No, he's on the All-Star team.
Oh, I like that. All-Star. Okay.
Nothing against him. I admire him, boom. It's tough for him. Let's see. We're going to come back and get to more calls. Thanks for all the contribution today. The Kings are better, sure. Can they be elite? And with your help, we'll figure out this conundrum at the 4 as we roll on Sacktown Sports.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Catch some Aggie football this fall and save money while doing it. Grab one of our all-new mini plans and save up to 40% off single-game tickets. With our can't-miss home slate of games this season, you can pick 82 games for just $60 or any 3 games for $75. Pick the games that fit your schedule and come support the Aggies on their quest for a Big Sky championship. Mini plans can be purchased by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Ags!
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spa's Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
I'm a very active person that likes to move around and go. The pain I was in was really excruciating. It was actually debilitating. I was basically heading towards a sedentary lifestyle. I had really tried everything, but I quickly lost hope with all of the things that we had tried, and that's what led me to the Good Feet store. And when I found the Good Feet system, it really just changed everything. It brought me back to life. I have my active lifestyle back.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Yeah, getting you ready for a big night of basketball. Which will it be? Will you be watching the California Classic? Is it part of the California Classic?
Yeah, it is. Last game, final game. Yep.
The final game, Golden State against Sacramento for the Mitch Richmond Trophy. Or will you be watching Team USA against Canada? That's the one I'll probably be watching, but I'm sure there'll be time to be back and forth.
Split screen, 2 screens.
Right.
Commercials flip back and forth. Warriors Kings 7 o'clock. Team USA 7:30. So you can start off watching our Sacramento
Kings will
game.
be up 30 by the time USA Canada starts.
Resting their starters by then, you know. So yeah, I just don't believe Brandon Pajemski is coming back just for this game.
You know, I was actually wondering, this is probably wrong, but when I heard that, I was wondering if they were trying to do something to get more Warrior fans to go to the game.
Yeah. Bring up Pajemski.
Try to
see a name.
Because I don't think it's been especially well attended there.
I don't think so. And you said it yesterday. It looks like a bubble game. Like, with minus the face cards, on the seats. But like, other than staffers, like I don't see anybody in these stands out there. Like it's pretty bleak out there.
Yeah. And with your help, we're trying to figure out here, what do the Kings do at the 4 spot now that they've made the move of the summer? Can they be elite? Can this Kings team be elite next year?
What's elite? That's a abstract word, Whitey.
All right. Top 4 in the West.
Yes.
Can they be a top
100%. 100%.
So you could be, if you're top 4, you could reasonably win 2 playoff
Two
series.
playoff, be a
Nothing
Western
guaranteed, but that's pretty elite.
They are Western Conference Finals contender.
Okay, that's elite.
Yeah, that is elite. I agree with you. And we had sound from Tim Legler earlier talking about, the competition. You want to go ahead. You tee it up. You tee it up.
Yeah, Tim Legler was on the All Sports podcast, and he was talking about this move, and he loves DeMar DeRozan to the Sacramento Kings.
I think it is because I think what they were getting offensively, Adam, was capped out at what you were saying between De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. Sabonis has some offensive limitations in his game. As great a player as he is, and nobody works harder. He's a great passer, a phenomenal rebounder, but his scoring has a cap on it, and I think we've seen it. And it's not enough what that team has, even with the strides that Keegan Murray made a year ago. As you could see, it's just not enough in the Western Conference. This is a totally different caliber offensive player they're adding to the mix. Now, he's up there a little bit. He turns 35 in about a month, but still put up great numbers this year, 24 points a game in Chicago. The guy is just we call these guys professional scorers. I don't really like the term that much. I think it applies perfectly to DeMar DeRozan. He gets his number, man, and he gets it every night, and he gets it one way or another, whether it's making a bunch of mid-rangers or getting to the line 10, 12 times on a given night. He will get to his number almost every night. And so now I think for Sacramento, this is a significant step forward on a team 2 years ago, number 3 seed in the Western Conference, right? And we knew that was a little bit skewed because they were healthy all year and nobody else was, and they took advantage of that. Last year, they came back to the pack a little bit as the West improved, but still firmly in the mix and a threat in the West. Like they're a solid playoff team, and now DeMar DeRozan, to me, gives them reason to think they can challenge for the top 4 in the Western Conference. And I think they're probably right because he's just such a consistent, pencil it in production guy.
How about that? That's Tim Legler. He didn't have any, stake in the Kings.
Right.
He's not a big Sacramento guy.
Yeah. No hot takes. He's just calling it like
he's
a professional scorer.
We say that so-called experts. He is an expert.
He is an expert, guy that played the game, great analyst. We'll be seeing more of him, I would imagine, this upcoming season. And he's doing a lot of the Summer League also. So he'll be on the broadcast a lot for Summer League. But he's right, man. You add a guy like DeMar DeRozan, and I've said it, the last year or so, Whitey. The defense wasn't what let the Kings down. I know we want them to be a top 10 defense, top 5 and all that. But honestly, when it came time to win, it was their offense that got locked up, bottled in.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the games against the Pelicans, the playing game. They couldn't score. It wasn't because they couldn't get stops or anything like that. And so now you add another elite scorer, a guy that can get you on any given night 30 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a no-brainer kind of move for the Kings. And I think I've got them winning at least 5 more games.
Yeah. By the way, on the chat here, thank you, Megadeth Knight. That's very nice. But you have made a friend here in TR who's coming after you. Drapes does his taxes in January. Drapes likes turtles. I mean, what's going on?
Darn, this guy is Mr. Negative, man. Let me say this about my taxes, okay, TR? I still haven't done my taxes. I filed the extension, and I still haven't done. I got to do that this weekend, maybe, or something. So no, I have not done.
Still haven't done it.
I haven't done them. I got the extension, big fella.
I think he was trying to be complimentary to you.
I don't think so.
I hadn't thought of that.
The
you're
only
on top of it.
The only people that do their taxes in January are the ones looking for that refund in February. Like when you know you're getting some money back, it's like, oh, let me get them in as quick as when you know you may have to pay. Let me take my time with it. Okay. So that's where I'm at. TR.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Let's start with Spencer on Sacktown Sports. Hello, Spencer. Do you agree? Are the Kings a top 4 team in the West right now?
Absolutely. And I'm going to blow your guys' mind with some quick knowledge.
All right.
Okay. So here's what we got. I got a player for the 4. Could even slide into the 5. Okay. He's same age as DeMar DeRozan. Okay. This guy is a 4-time All-Star. Was 2-time gold medal winner. And most recently, the MVP of the Taiwan League, Boogie Cousins. Thanks, guys.
Great call. Great call. Kings legend, DeMarcus Cousins.
This shoe is right there.
I'm just saying, exactly. The shoe still fits, probably.
Yeah.
What do you make of Boogie Cousins? You were around these parts.
I was.
Yeah. What do you make of it?
You mean as a fit for the Kings right now?
Yeah.
It's ideal. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's a given that it's going to happen. That's why we haven't discussed it.
Right.
Obviously, they're going to do that. We're talking about what else are they going to do?
All right. So you're not a Boogie Cousin. You're not advocating. You're not telling Monty DeMarcus Cousins is the answer.
No, probably not. Okay. Probably not. You are? Sounds
No,
like
no, I didn't say that.
I'm asking you.
I don't know. Nah, probably not. You can't go home again, right? You can't. Gabriel says, hell yeah to Cousins. And then Johnny says JaVale McGee is better than Cousins. So, I'm going to say no. I think, it would cause too much extra stuff. You know what I mean? And he does play with an edge, though.
Yeah.
Like, he is an enforcer kind of guy.
Bob Myers was on a podcast, and I didn't hear it. I read about this. Bob Myers, and this was while he was still the GM of the Warriors.
Yeah.
And I think he used to represent DeMarcus, obviously DeMarcus played there, so he knew him. And anyway, Bob Myers told the story that DeMarcus called him a couple of years ago, I think it was, like not last season, but the season before. And he's like, why can't I get a job? And Bob Myers says he told him, it's your fault. All the things that you've done.
Right.
You make it hard for teams to want to bring you in. It's on you.
And where it's telling with DeMarcus Cousins, and I'm not talking about the other stuff. I'm talking about basketball-wise. When his boy, Michael Malone, had him in there and then let him go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's Michael Malone. That's his guy.
Yeah.
A DeMarcus Cousin whisperer,
He used to throw him out of practice. He was one of the few Kings coaches that would coach DeMarcus and say, you're out of here.
They had that kind of relationship. And, for Denver to say, nah, we're good. We don't need you anymore. That's a telltale sign right there.
Yeah.
That's his coach.
I remember reading the book, The Victory Machine, about that last Durant year with the Warriors, and DeMarcus was on that team.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the story when we come back. Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. I can't tell you how much I love my new SUV. It is truly amazing, and I got special news just for you. Right now at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you can receive your first month's payment up to $1,500 on them on select new 2024 GLE vehicles. Or how about the all-new E-Class right now at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton? They have over 80 pre-owned vehicles in stock, including off-brand trucks, SUVs, and sedans. They have rates starting at 1.99% APR on select certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. And Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has a Vans Fleet Center with rates starting at 4.9% APR plus customer bonus cash incentives on approved credit. Head on over to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, just off I-5, or online at mbfstockton.com.
Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sacktown Sports.
I got to point this out. I'm sorry. You shouldn't talk about people's appearances. But we're watching the California Classic, and there's a guy in the Lakers, and I don't know what his name is. He's number 31. And he made a three, and he hustles. He's a guard. I don't know who he is. But I was just, we're doing the show, looking up, and I saw this guy, and he had looked like he had blue hair or something. I thought it was like Johnny's so high on the ass.
Right. Something going on.
He doesn't have hair. He shaved his head, and his scalp is so white, it's blue.
Yeah, it hasn't seen the sun. This looks like it was just done a couple of hours ago.
On this TV, and it depends on your TV, but it almost looks like he has a blue head.
Yeah. I don't know that kid, but let him cook. That's his thing. That might be his look.
It might be.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little jarring when I saw it too.
Okay, that's
all right.
Yeah. Here's a story from the book The Victory Machine by Ethan Strauss. Really good book about the last year of the Durant Warrior dynasty. And they had DeMarcus that year. And DeMarcus, they kept telling him, you know how DeMarcus is. And I think he averaged like 16 a game for them or something in a brief period. And they would tell him, that's great, but here we just need you to, the center of the Warriors, we need you to be a facilitator, defend, set screens, rebound. And he'd say, okay, but he knew he was playing for a contract, and he would say that, but he wouldn't play.
But when he went out on the court, it was somebody different.
And you can't really blame him, but that's one reason that didn't work out.
Hey.
And I think he had a really big game for them. It might have been the last game of those finals against the Raptors. He scored a lot, but he had no interest in being the type of center the
fitting
Warriors
into
wanted.
that system.
Then I think he went to, like you said, Denver, Milwaukee, Clippers. He really was with a number of teams for a short period.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. And, he's still playing, like, the caller said, had an MVP season over there in Taiwan, but I think his NBA career is done, especially because when you look at the NBA game, it's morphed. It's changed since DeMarcus first got into the league. You need stretch bigs now. You need guys that, can shoot, defend multiple positions too. I don't know if DeMarcus can move those puppies anymore. And so it just doesn't fit right now.
One thing that I'll give him a ton of credit for is when he started playing for George Karl, George made him one of those stretch guys. Boogie
started taking some more. Yeah,
he was a low post center.
Yeah, he was.
And they made him you're going to shoot threes now.
Yeah.
And he shot him at not a great clip, but
he put him up.
Clip.
Yeah, he put him up.
Yeah.
Man, he's only 33, Whitey.
Well, that's what the caller was saying.
Yeah, he's only 33. But those injuries, the ACL and everything, that really, before his injury, his final year in New Orleans, 25 points, close to 12.9 rebounds. 12.9 rebounds. And then after that, and you're talking about the 3-point percentage and everything, 41 games, 25 games, 16 games, 48 games, 17 games, 31 games. He was just never the same player. And that's a sad tale, man, because he was a future Hall of Famer the way he was going.
On that path.
Yeah.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140 is the number, as you know, because I say it a lot. Trey joins us here in Sacktown.
Trey.
Hey, Trey, what do you say?
Hey, what's going on, Drive guys, my guys? What's happening?
What's up with you, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm in this Bay Area traffic, man. Just listening to y'all, man.
Appreciate that. All right,
whereabouts? Where are you, Trey?
I'm leaving San Francisco, man.
Oh, you're just leaving. Okay.
I've been left.
Oh, you just ain't moving. You just ain't moving.
For 30 years. I've been on hold 35 minutes. I've been enjoying every minute. I've been in traffic. So.
Oh, man. What you got for us today, man?
Hey, man, first I just want to say, I got to drop that Ric Flair real quick, man, getting DeMar DeRozan. I really think it's going to open up the offense, man. And I wish, HB all the luck. It's a lot of haters out there, they wish that they could have, a lot of players wish they could have half the career that he had, but it was time to move on from him. I'm glad we got DeMar. We got a leader. And I don't hear nobody mentioning about how explosive DeMar still is. This dude is explosive. I didn't see this boy dunk on a lot of people, and I think we was really missing that. We only really had Fox, as our explosive guy, and I really think this is going to open it up. And last week when I called in, I talked about never, not trading Keegan Murray because just don't give up on him. Give him at least 3 years. I know Whitey against it, but we ain't trading him. But I want to have us to have high value for him. I think, my guy TC, I think that's the name they call in. He said if we trade Keegan Murray, I want Giannis. And we need to value our players like that. I want 4 first-round picks, I want or something like that, because the upside I think is better than what Lori marketing what the rumors is. And then real quick, what about Cam Johnson? I'm not hearing his name, but I think he would be a good fit. Man, I'll take the comments off here, man. Love you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Have a good one.
All right, appreciate
Trey.
that. That's a great
So
call.
he's probably not even over the bridge yet.
Right.
Half
He's,
hour?
yeah. I mean, like you said earlier, you got the Giants game going on, so people coming in. You got Kings Warriors tonight as well, and so it's bumping down there right now.
Trey, I don't know what I said last week, but I'm with you on keeping Keegan. I don't, maybe I said something about I'd consider it for Laurie. I'm definitely with you on keeping Keegan, especially now with his CBA and you drafted him.
Right.
So I'm definitely with you on that.
Yeah, and, I know we traded Tyrese. I get that. But teams usually don't trade their top picks, first-round picks, lottery picks in year 2 or year 3. Like, unless, like Trey was saying, TC, you getting Giannis or Durant or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Like, and so Keegan's not going anywhere. I can't wait to watch and see the development of Keegan Murray because it's interesting, Whitey, when I was looking up some of his numbers, he only took 12.7 shots last season per game, made 5.8 of them. I think with DeMar DeRozan, his efficiency will go way up. I don't think his field goal attempts will go way up, though. But I think he's going to have a better season, 17 points per game. Instead of making 5.8 shots, you make 7 shots per game. Like, I really think his efficiency is going to go through the roof this upcoming season.
Yeah. You also mentioned, and Trey mentioned Cam Johnson, right?
Yeah.
And that's a tough one for me because I love Cam Johnson.
Yeah.
And he is 6'8". I go back and forth on him. He's a really good three-point shooter, really excellent three-point shooter. A year ago, I said he would be the perfect fit for the Kings. Now, is he rebound? That's my one question.
Right.
Does he rebound well enough? He's not a great rebounder, but he is a power forward. He can guard either forward spot. If he were a guy they ended up getting, I think he would improve them. Also, he's an above-average defender. He's a good defender. So, yeah, we don't talk much about him. I think he makes 20-something, and you'd have to trade for him, obviously. I'll bet you the Kings are looking at him.
Yeah. I'm looking up at this Bleacher Report article, and it's on Yahoo as well. This was September of 2023. So prior to last season, the headline, Nets Cam Johnson predicted to be top 20 wing for next season.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading this article. Cam Johnson has been above average in dunks and threes, defensive estimated plus minus in each of the last 3 seasons. And when you add that to his career average of 2.2 threes and 39.3% three-point percentage, it's easy to see Johnson as one of the better 3 and D forwards in basketball. That's what Bleacher Report said about him. I don't know what happened last year in Brooklyn. Like, was it Cam Thomas taking too many shots? Mikal Bridges, he seemed to be just a forgotten man out there.
Yeah, and the one thing about him that stands out is he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
You look at his career. And again, I'm a Cam Johnson fan. 57 games, 60 games, 66, 42. They have that.
Yeah, that's 17
there.
and 25. And then 58.
Yeah.
So the most he's ever played is 66.
47 starts last year, and I think Brooklyn probably was a little disappointed. Maybe that's one reason why you might have a shot at acquiring him. And also, they're tearing things down. Poor Jordy there, huh? By the way, Jordy is leading Team Canada, right?
Yes, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he's coach of Team Canada. They got a big matchup today at 7:30. Let me ask you this, though. Is Cam Johnson really a power forward? And I ask you this because my boy Harrison Barnes was 6'8". Cam Johnson, according to Basketball Reference, is also 6'8". And I don't think he has a great wingspan. It's not like he has a 7'2" wingspan. He has a 6'10" wingspan at last check. So is he really – are we just replacing another small forward, masquerading as a power forward with a small forward who's going to masquerade as a power forward?
Yeah. I don't have the definitive answer for you. I think it's a great question. I think that's one of the reasons I'm a little hung up on this guy that I've been crazy about for the last year.
Right.
About this specific fit, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Family Slagle says HB was 6'11" wingspan. Compio, no, Cam isn't a 4. Yeah, I don't know if I view him as his best position as a 4. I still think we'd be undersized with him out there.
Yeah, I think he's ideally a guy that can come off the bench and be either. He can play either forward spot.
Yeah.
But if he's your primary 4, I got my doubts.
Right. And Jason Tatum is a 4, but people forget Jason Tatum's 6'10". You know what I mean? He's legit 6'10". It's this, Basketball Reference lists him as 6'8", but Jason Tatum is legit 6'10", and the wingspan. He has a tremendous wingspan as well. And so I think there's some difference out there.
Jim Ingram mentions a player that we have talked about today.
Oh, who?
6'10", Ben Simmons.
No.
See, she gets it. She's laughing.
No,
you give me that.
Because,
Simone's
man,
laughing.
I don't know if this guy is serious or is he trolling, being sarcastic or what. And so I'm trying not to insult the listener, Whitey. I'm trying to, actually weigh it and give it some serious thought.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Simone cackling back there and laughing at a former All-Star caliber player in Ben Simmons. So I'm trying to figure it out. Like, okay, is he serious or not?
The most respect you can give one of our listeners is to give them your honest opinion. I think they deserve that, even if you don't agree with them. I'm sorry. Appreciate you.
All right, so what's your opinion on Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons?
Yeah, with the call, the texter and tweeter said.
My honest opinion?
Yeah, honest opinion. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. Oh, that's messed up.
I'm one of those people that every year I start, and it dwindles. Now we're down to the point where there's hardly any, but for the last few years, there's that hope that, hey, maybe this is the year. He gets healthy and we see him in the environment that he likes. And and now it's like, no, probably not. Maybe. Oh, and now it's point. No, it's just
that ship is
because he doesn't seem really like he really
play.
Wants it.
He just does not play.
Yeah,
and when you got a back issue too, I mean, he's too young to be dealing with all these back issues. That would be a concern for sure.
The Sixers did do him wrong. I mean, Doc, that was terrible what Doc did.
Throw him under the bus.
After they lose to Atlanta, and he says, "Can they win? Can you win with him? Especially if you're going to trade a guy."
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what you say.
That's what you say.
When you go publicly, I don't know. Yeah, then you're basically saying it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't me. And as a player, how can you trust that coach ever again? Yeah, the Sixers. That's my team. That's my East Coast squad. I'm a Philly guy.
How many teams do you have?
2. Philly and Sacramento.
Okay.
Nobody else.
I didn't know that was your team.
No, dude, I'm from Philly. I gotta
Boston
represent.
Was your team.
No, but remember, I was rooting against Boston. I'm a hater. I didn't want the Celtics to win.
Okay.
But I have a bunch of guys, though.
Yeah.
Like I got guys around the league.
That's my mistake.
Yeah, it's different. But the Sixers messed up so many players. Markelle Fultz. They messed up Nerlens Noel. Remember they had Nerlens Noel?
So did the Kings last year.
Yeah, so did the Kings.
They paid him a lot of money last
They
year.
did for nothing, right? Just to come visit, basically. A vacation here in Sacramento. So, they ruined a lot of guys.
Trust the process.
And who was their center, their big guy? Jaleel Okafor? Remember him? Like, they botched so many picks and players, man. It's embarrassing.
The process, right?
Failed.
Yeah.
The process failed. They got one player out of it.
They had 2, but they got rid of one.
Who?
Drew Holiday.
Oh, yeah.
They had him.
So many guys they've had. Yeah. You know who they also had? Bridges. Miles Bridges. Right. Yes. They had Mikal, too. They've bought so many guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's embarrassing.
Yeah, they just got a little impatient.
Yeah.
All right.
339-1140,
1-800-920-1140. We'll get back to the phones when we come right back. We'll also look at the Kings out on this star, but it appears the Warriors are not. We have to still worry about what the Warriors are doing. Back with more on that. Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company Amici's East Coast Pizzeria now has a location in Sacramento offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. You can check out their menu and order online at amicis.com and click on the Sacramento location. And as a special deal all this week, order any large pizza and get a second pizza of equal or lesser value for half the price. Use code HALF-OFF at checkout. So when you want a great deal on pizzas this week, use promo code HALF-OFF at amicis.com and Amici's delivers.
The wild-eyed Southern boys are back. 38 special. Rocket into the night. Friday, July 19th at 7:30 at the venue at Thunder Valley. With Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss 38 Special Live.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
The Good Feet Store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports. Sacktown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sacktown Sports and subscribe.
All right, listen. I know people are gonna make fun of me for this, but I'll just
say it, big fella. Just say it.
There's for some reason Beats came up on the
Right.
chat.
You're a Beats guy.
I love.
Are you a Beats guy?
I love Beats,
and we're not talking to headphones. We're not talking Beats headphones by Dre.
No, I love Beats.
Beats are the worst things ever.
Most people apparently feel that way.
Those
I
are
guess.
awful.
People
Simone, why are you gasping?
No, well, no, I used to feel similarly. I used to hate them. I thought that they were so earthy, and I love them now.
Yeah, they're good.
You know,
and they're probably really good for you.
Are you like them in a
Definitely.
salad, or do you like hot beat, like warm beats? Hot.
I don't think I've ever had the warm.
Oh, all right. Okay, yeah, that's the thing.
Salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A salad.
Blue
Okay.
cheese. Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you this, because I was talking to somebody yesterday.
Watch out,
about
it's a
this.
sizzler. If you're near the beats,
Right,
I'm
the
coming
beats.
through.
You can keep them all yourself. Let me ask you this though: are you a tofu guy? Simone,
I've eaten a lot of it. I'm not a huge fan in certain, soups and things like, okay, but I'm honestly not a big fan.
I was talking to somebody last night, and I didn't know this. Maybe you guys did too. You know, the thing people have wrong with, against tofu is the texture. Like, it's kind of, but I didn't know you can like turn it into a sauce, use it in different ways. There's like different
I thought
levels
it had to be that gelatinous thing.
Yeah,
to be
no,
tofu.
I just found out last night. They're like, Kyle, you should try tofu. And I'm like, ugh, bleh. No, never. Right. That's how I was like, and I'm like, no, but she said, yeah, you can also, get it. I forget the term she used, but where it becomes like a sauce even. And you throw some other stuff in there, obviously, to jazz it up, flavor it up a little bit.
That doesn't sound right to me.
Dude, she's a nutritionist.
Sauce?
She's a nutritionist.
Huh,
Yeah, and you get yourself a
Yeah.
tofu press, you crisp it up that way, you squeeze everything out so then it's nice and firm, and then you throw it in a deep fryer. It's delicious.
Yeah, that's what somebody's saying.
Mhm.
Tofu every day. Eat a lot of tofu. People are into it, huh? Wow. Brandon says fry it up.
Well, if you're, vegetarian and you have to get your protein, that's a great source.
Right. That's what I'm trying to cut back on my red
You're
meat.
gonna be a vegetarian?
I don't. Dude, no.
First you shave your beard,
right,
now this?
Right, I'm living wild now. I'm not gonna.
Who are you?
I like my meat too much, but I need to cut back on the red meat. And as a healthier option, mix in a little tofu. I try it out.
What's your
Why not?
go-to fish?
I'm a halibut guy. I'm a whitefish guy kind of thing, halibut. But it got to be like real halibut. Like you can't be in, New Jersey
imitation
and
halibut
getting
for me.
Alaskan halibut. No, I need to be,
okay.
because I used to live in Washington State, and they had like some of the freshest
yeah.
fish up there. You
Right.
know, big Alaskan
Isn't that where they have
halibut.
the fish market where they're throwing the fish
Where they
around?
go and then they throw it. Yeah.
Salmon.
You're a salmon guy?
Salmon is awesome. I'll eat halibut. I'll eat sturgeon.
Sturgeon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about
swordfish?
Coconut crusted halibut? You ever try that?
No, I don't think I have.
You're missing out, man. You're missing out. Restaurant in Folsom does an amazing job. A coconut crusted
That's what it's
halibut.
called. Restaurant in Folsom.
Yeah, all right.
Catchy
See,
name.
you want me to name drop there?
Because
huh?
this is an opportunity for you here.
I know. Let me look it up real quick. I'm drawing to Blake, not Sutter Street Steakhouse, which is a great
You know, in
steakhouse.
Lincoln, I think they literally have a Chinese restaurant in Lincoln that's called Lincoln Chinese Restaurant.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, Scott Seafood. Scott
okay,
Seafood.
there you go.
Yeah, Scott Seafood.
Straight up.
Need our sales crew to listen to that and call them up and try to get a deal at the restaurant. But they have a coconut crusted halibut.
Sales,
That's perfect, man. That's perfect.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
Compio's
all right,
asking about fake halibut. But I get what he means. He just means
Right, I mean-
gotta be, that it's gotta be relatively fresh.
Fresh, right? Yeah, exactly. All right, let me ask you this, though, real quick. And this might be going down a path maybe I shouldn't go, but
Can I ask you something real quick
Yeah.
first? At my daughter's wedding, which was about 2 years ago, her husband's family, they're from Nebraska. And the night after of the wedding, we had salmon, and someone commented on from his family, said, "Oh, the seafood, the fish was so good." And I said, "Yeah, we're a little better at seafood here than you are in Nebraska."
Oh, right, exactly, right. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I forget where I used to live in one of the cities, and they would have shrimp, but it was from like Thailand.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, how fresh can that be? Like,
Not
you know what I
very,
mean?
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
like, why, no offense to Thailand, why we got to go all the way there to get shrimp? Like, and so I don't think I tried it. I don't think but I'm a big seafood guy, man. I went to Bodega Bay last month. Got some halibut sitting in the freezer right now,
Did you
waiting
call
for
it
a special
Bodega
occasion.
Bay?
Yeah, Bodega Bay.
Yeah.
What I say?
Well,
Bodega Bay.
I think you did, and that's
Right.
probably the way
Bodega
it's
Bay. Bodega Bay.
Bodega Bay. So no one says Bodega.
Let
Bay.
me tell you something real quick. In the Draper household, we never say things the proper way.
Okay.
For instance, if we're watching basketball and we see De'Aaron Fox, we don't say De'Aaron Fox. We say De'Aaron Fox. If we see Domantas Sabonis, it's not Domantas Sabonis. Nick, you want to watch Domantas? It's Nick, you want to watch Sabonis tonight? Like, we emphasize Bodega Bay, not Bodega Bay. That sounds boring. Bodega Bay. You see the difference there, right?
Yeah,
That's
but
how
it
we are.
used to be Bodega Bay, not Bodega Bay. I've never heard anyone say that in my life.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Jeff has been hanging on. Let's find out why. Hello, Jeff. What do you need?
Well, I'm going to say, guys, I get the drive home. It gets to be very, very pleasant with listening to you and Drake. So,
thank you,
very
sir.
much for the entertainment.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to say we got to thank the CBA for being the CBA, because that's the only way we end up hitting DeRozan, is that we are the example of what you got to do in the future. You got to pay attention to the payroll. So the other thing I'm going to say is that one person that seems to be coming out that I'm growing on is Isaiah Stewart from Detroit. He's got a good contract, and I think he could sit and stand next to Sabonis at the same time. What do you guys think?
Thank you, Joe. I love him, and Drapes is out.
No, I didn't say that. I don't put the words in my mouth. I didn't say that.
Okay, I love him. Drapes?
I might be out on this. I might be out on. No, but I'm at the point now where I'll take anybody, to be honest with you. I don't know if Isaiah Stewart's the perfect fit. I don't know if John Collins is the perfect fit, Jeremy Grant, but it's clear we need somebody. And when you look at Isaiah Stewart, he's a guy that we've talked about, doesn't need the ball.
Gives you a lot of your
right, a little bit of dog. You saw what he barked at LeBron. He went at LeBron. I'll take that any day. And he doesn't, like I said, not a high usage guy, solid rebounder. We talked about his outside shooting better than halfway decent. And so I wouldn't be opposed. I just need them to do something. We're throwing out all these names. Monty has to do something. It can't just be, 8th man, 9th man, 10th man. We probably need a starting 4, to be honest with you.
The Warriors are still in on a starting 4. According to reports, the Warriors are still in potentially on Lauri Markkanen. The Kings, it's been reported in The Athletic, Anthony Slater, that the Kings were in, but they had what he termed an exploding offer, which we talked about, which was, here's the offer, but at some point, we can't just keep it on the table indefinitely and then, all right, we're going to move on. Thank you. But the Warriors are they're still working on it.
If they get Lauri Markkanen without giving up Jonathan Kuminga, they become a problem, Whitey. Their talent on their roster takes a major step forward. Now you're talking about Kuminga as your 3rd option instead of what he currently is right now, your 2nd option. Wiggins is free to be your 4th option. You don't need him to be Wiggins from a couple of years ago in the finals against the Celtics. Just play good defense, knock down the shots that are open to you. And so if they get Markkanen without having to give up Kuminga, and I think that might be why Danny Ainge is waiting, because, and we've talked about this, with Markkanen's contract situation, you're not going to give him the farm, when he has 1 year left on his deal and could really walk away. But if he re-ups for 4 more years after this, then you got control for 5 years maybe with Lauri Markkanen. And so then the price goes up and maybe Golden State will have to include a Kuminga or something like that.
Did you read this? I believe I read this, and now I can't remember where I saw it. There are reports that Markkanen has let it be known he would take less money to go to the Warriors.
I did not see that.
Okay.
I did not see that.
Since I can't remember where I saw it, I'm certainly not going to say, oh, yeah, it's true. Bank on it. But I did see that notion somewhere. Don't know that it's true.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But maybe it would be, if I go there, I'll re-up. But I don't know whether that's true. But apparently
I don't know if it's true.
They're still working on it.
Yeah. No, they have to do something.
Danny's going to let him go.
Right. I don't think
like,
so either.
You give me, everything you have, and we'll do something.
And let me ask you this from a Warriors standpoint. Kuminga and 3 first-rounders. Would you really do that for Markkanen? Because
I don't think they will trade Kuminga.
You're right. Okay. Let's say you don't trade 3 first-rounders and Moody and 2 pick swaps. The reason if I'm the Warriors, I'm hesitant because, yes, you want to maximize your time with Steph Curry, but once Steph falls, what are you going to do then? Once Steph retires,
that's a great point.
And you don't have draft capital to make any moves.
Well, don't they still have the 2 timeline plan?
Yeah, right. My boy Moses Moody can't even get on the floor now.
No.
It's like
I saw him a lot, and at this point, I don't know why not. I mean, he's not perfect or anything, but I don't know what the problem is.
Steve Kerr, all respect to him, but you remember the game. Moses Moody was killing the Kings.
Yeah.
11 points in the 4th quarter. What does Kerr do? Pull him out of the game. It's like, if you can't play him when he's cooking, when are you going to play
and
him?
Even Kerr admitted, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I probably should have.
Yeah, I probably should have. Yeah, I think he's miscoached.
Which coaches don't do very often.
He's like, yeah, I messed that one up. And so it's on Kerr, I think. I can't blame Moses Moody. He seems to be, a hard worker, good kid, and just for some reason can't stay on the floor.
Can I give you one more name that has come up in the chat?
Oh.
Onyeka Okongwu.
You were talking about him 2-3 months ago. Restricted free agent, right? Or is he? Or did he sign?
So. I think he's signed.
Did they? Okongwu. I'm thinking of Okoro and
Isaac. Okoro,
yeah, that's my bet.
Same draft.
Yeah.
14 mil.
I still think Atlanta is doing something. I think we talked about DeAndre Hunter. What about him?
Mm-hmm.
He's still a guy that maybe you can poach away.
I like Okongwu, but I think I'd be more interested in
Hunter. I agree. I would. That's a guy I don't think we're talking enough about, to be honest with you. When I really think about it and sit down, I think DeAndre Hunter, a guy with some upside. And when you look at it, he's only 26. Like, his best days are still ahead. Long wingspan. He might be the guy, Whitey. When I look at it, a guy that can defend, a guy that can knock down shots, 38% from 3 last year, he might be a guy.
How about 916 on the text line? Dwight Howard, anyone?
He's trying to get back in the league. Have you been seeing him on social media and Twitter?
He was trying to join the Kings last summer.
Yeah. He's whoever the hot team is. He's like, hey, I'm over here. Come get me.
That's so sad, right? When a guy's like openly, I want to play for this team. I hope they sign me. Those guys never get signed.
Why do you think he had a falling out? Like, why do you think he's not in the league anymore? And I'm not saying right now. I mean, he last played 2021-22.
I think he still envisions himself being close to what he was. I remember a couple years ago reading about him saying, I can still score. I can, teams now want him to, you play your 12 minutes.
Right.
And
just rebound.
Get some rebounds.
Yeah.
And I think it's possible in his mind. He's like, no, I'm better than that.
Yeah. And I'm looking at his career arc: Orlando, Lakers, Houston, Atlanta, Charlotte, Washington, Lakers, Philly, like he's bounced around. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, Whitey, I think. I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. But the ending of his career is pretty bad.
So was the ending of the Wayback Quiz for you yesterday. Am I right?
No, Simone had some help. Let me just say it. She had some help back there. She got me yesterday.
You have to stop when I was in the studio by myself just because you got a shutout.
You had this help by this thing called Google. Like you're back there like typing up. I can't see you, Simone.
I'm gonna have to punish you.
The USA women make soccer history. In the Wayback Quiz, can Simone make it 2 in a row? We find out next on Sackdown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and, of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Golf.com's Alan Bastable offers 8 sneaky ways for stubbornly average players to break 80. First, play sensible tees. Hitting 7 and 8 irons into greens instead of hybrids give chances at 4s and 3s. Check the par. There's no shame in doing so on a par 70 course. 3, check the forecast. A day after rain can mean soft greens. 4, avoid big numbers. It's not the bogeys that will derail a 79. It's a couple of bigger scores. 5, you got to believe. Give yourself a pep talk and temper the feelings of gloom. 6, keep like-minded company. If you're a grinder, play with fellow grinders, or play with music, or gamble if that's your game. 7, a little luck helps. Even tour players recognize luck. 8, don't obsess over, breaking 80. You're going to know if you have a good round going, so have your partner keep score. At the 18th tee, ask where you stand, as it may affect the way you approach the hole. Sounds simple, huh? Now go out and do it and have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Quick Quack Car Wash takes the drama out of keeping your car clean.
Let's wash the car.
Yay!
Don't spray the hose inside the car.
Our convenient wash packages make it easy to get your car soaked, scrubbed, and on your way. Protect your car from sun, rain, and pollen with a ceramic duck wash and get our in-wash light show and an unbeatable clean.
Oh, the kids filled the gas tank with water.
Of course they did. Quick Quack Car Wash. Come in today and get 25% off any wash.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com. Live and local.
This is Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back to Sports Knowledge Arena, where every day at this time we engage in Whitey's Wayback Quiz today for July 10th. And Simone is the champion.
Yes, she
With a
is.
win yesterday, decisive win over Kyle Draper. He's talked about filing a protest, but you haven't officially filed one yet, are you?
No. I mean, you know what? I'm going to chalk it up to her. I'm going to give it to her. We all know what happened yesterday. We all know the real story. So I'll let her enjoy that moment for a few more minutes.
All right. So, Simone, you get to go first today. I will tell you both. We have 4 multi-choices today, 1 true, false, and 1 closest to.
Okay.
Everything in the quiz is based on something that happened or is related to something that happened July 10th.
Yeah.
These are the years 1975, 1999 twice, 2007, 2009, and 2013. That's 75, 99, 99, 07, 09, 2013. Simone, you're the champion. Please choose a year. Good luck to everybody.
I know Drake's always likes to take the more recent years, but I'm going to go with 99, please.
Ooh,
all right.
One of the 99.
All right. I'll just do the first one there. Yeah. 1999. This is the closest to Simone. So do you want him to go first or do you want to go first?
No, I'll try.
Okay.
Me, please.
All right. USA beats China on penalty kicks for the FIFA Women's Cup at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. It happened before an all-time record crowd for a women's sporting event. How many people?
And that is a big bowl. It's got to be like, I'm going to say 92,000, please.
92,000. Kyle Draper.
And where was this at again?
I'll read it again. USA beats China. Penalty kicks for the FIFA Women's Cup at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena before an all-time record crowd for a women's sporting event of how many people? Simone says 92,000.
Yeah, but it's also kind of like Golden One Center, Drape. So like 17 is cool too.
Yeah. You said 92?
Yeah.
93.
90,180.
Oh, so close. That was a good guess, Simone. That could have went anyway.
One.
When you said Rose Bowl, I'm like,
first.
it might be more, but
Simone on
Good
the
one,
board.
Simone. Good
And
one.
Kyle Draper, you're up. 75, 99, 07, 09, and 2013.
What was it? 99? I'll do the other 99.
Okay, you got it. This is a multiple choice here. Tigers top 1 million fans in attendance for the 35th straight year. That's an American League record. What team holds the National League record? 55 straight years of more than 1 million fans in attendance. The Cubs, the Cardinals, the Dodgers.
He doesn't know he's stalling.
No, I totally know this. Mic drop. St. Louis Cardinals.
That's not correct.
Really? What? No way.
Simone, chance to steal. Tigers top 1 million fans in attendance. 35th straight year this year, 1999. This date, 1999, pardon me. An American League record. What team holds a National League record of 55 straight seasons, 1 million fans in attendance? The Cubs or the Dodgers?
God, it's got to be those disgusting boys down in Los Angeles. The Dodgers, please.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Nah, Simone looking at the chat. She looking at the chat back.
Look up such an obscure thing.
Capio,
There's nothing back here.
Capio said Dodgers. TR said Dodgers.
Not looking that way.
Simone, I see
You
how it
are
is.
the worst.
I don't know, Simone.
Drape.
This is a little
I'm
suspect.
not gonna be in here
It's
the
a little
rest of the week.
suspect. Yeah,
But
this is a
that
hanging
one,
Chad.
You had first shot at that one, you know?
Right? I got it wrong. But I had first shot and nobody responded on the chat.
You had it.
How do you know no one responded on
And
the chat?
the chat is in a delay.
Because I looked.
You looked.
All right. I'm
you're
down
2-0.
I'm down
here.
big time. How many questions we got?
We have 4 left.
4 left.
Yeah,
All right, I got
and
time.
she's-
I'm good.
Simone's up next. All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Simone, you want 75, 07, 09, or 2013?
Oof, I'm so scared. Give me 07, please.
2007, you have a true false.
Oh, my gosh. 50-50
Which means that
chance.
unfortunately, you don't have a chance to steal it.
How weak is this?
True or false? This day, 2007, at San Francisco, Ichiro Suzuki hits the first inside the park home run in All-Star game history to help the American League win 5-4. True or false?
True.
She's got it.
Yeah!
This is weak. This is like
she's got a 3-0 lead.
Dude, come on.
If I throw a no-no today, this is going to be
this is whack. This is whack.
Jay's not going to believe this.
I'm about to quit. I'm about to tap out. This is rigged.
All right, here you go. You got 3
rigged.
left. You need them all. Drape, 75, 09, and 2013.
75.
Everything left is multiple choice.
Of course it is. 75. That was my birth year. 75.
All right. This day, 1975, George McGinnis signs with the Philadelphia 76ers after Commissioner Larry O'Brien disallowed the contract that he had signed with what team in May? Okay? George McGinnis signs with the Sixers this date, 75, after the Commissioner Larry O'Brien disallowed the contract he had signed with what team in May? The Knicks, the Lakers, or the Celtics? I'll be honest with you, I did not know this.
What year? 75?
Happened in 1975.
May? Or July 10th?
July 10th, and then he had signed the deal in May. That's the one the commissioner said nope. And then in July, he signed with this other
75.
team. So the disallowed contract. The Knicks, the Lakers, the Celtics.
Don't look at that chat.
I'm not.
I don't think anybody could help with this.
I'm trying to think about this. I was born then. I was alive back then. So I'm going to say, what are our choices again? Lakers, Celtics.
Knicks, Lakers, Celtics.
Knicks.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
He's got it.
That was a tough one.
I would not have known that.
Yeah.
All right.
Give me
Simone,
one. Give me one.
you can clinch it here. 09 or 2013.
09.
All right. Multiple choice. What Giant threw a no-hitter against the Padres this day, 2009? Tim Lincecum, Jonathan Sanchez, or Matt Cain?
I thought Matt Cain's no-no came later. So give me Timmy.
Tim Lincecum?
Please.
That's not correct.
Dang it.
Kyle Draper.
Steal.
What Giant threw a no-hitter against the Padres, 2009? Jonathan Sanchez or Matt Cain? And you need it.
Jonathan Sanchez.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So you can tie it up here.
Let's go, Whitey.
One left. 2013. Who became the all-time leader in hits as a designated hitter this day, 2013? David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, Edgar Martinez. Tie game if you get it.
Oh,
If you miss it,
2013.
Simone has to
That's a
win.
tough one. That's a tough
Who
one.
became the all-time leader in hits as a designated hitter this day, 2013? David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, Edgar Martinez.
I don't know if Edgar was still playing then. Edgar Martinez. I'm not. I'm looking at my email.
Are you
Edgar,
Googling?
Shot clock ticking.
I'm going to say most career hits
As a DH.
as a DH. I'm going to say David Ortiz.
He's got it.
Yeah!
Tie game.
This is-
He comes back to tie it.
Okay,
It's a
I'll see
tie
you guys
game.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we're back with you tomorrow. Thanks for being with us, Drive Guys, on Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep